Yep. What's happening, folks? The Don and the Dragon, the Rogue Watchers, back again for the first time in God knows how long. And
It's been too
yeah,
long.
JD, say what up to the people.
What's up, everybody? We've been trying for a while to get this going, and our schedules have conflicted, and we finally got it. So here we are. It's nice to see everybody here. We got Alicia, we got Broke, we got the one true David Adams in the chat room. It's nice to see you
Yo,
all.
David,
Share this shit.
where the hell have you been at, David? For real, where the hell has one true David Adams been? As I go way out of focus, that's
No
what we've
shit.
been
What just happened, dude?
doing. Yo, oh man, yeah, it's been a while since we actually got to do this, and like JD was saying, scheduling conflicts and partially the fact that I'm just getting old.
Me too.
Uh, yeah, so this is it's kind of late for me. Oh man,
we tried to do it earlier, but your dinner wasn't cooking fast enough, so there's
it
that.
is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, what's funny though, man. So like, I went out, I spent money on a new computer that's supposed to be strictly for live streaming, and you know ground up, like had to buy all of the different parts and all of that, right? That was 2 weeks ago. I still haven't put it together. Everything's still in the damn boxes. Everything is still in the damn boxes.
So what you're telling me is you're slacking horribly.
Oh yeah,
Is that what you're
oh yeah. What I'm saying, I am
procrastination at its best?
bruh.
It happens,
Yo,
man. I do the same shit. I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. No, no, I don't. Not right now. I'll do it tomorrow. And
and
then
you know
tomorrow
what's
becomes
funny
tomorrow.
though too, uh so it's funny, so like I haven't done my regular thing in a while, which is the uh ice and fire opinions, right? And I was thinking about doing that today, and then I saw that Alicia and Broke had a stream today. Shout out to them with the book club. So that gave me an out because I didn't want to, unlike some people, I do respect when people have already established the time that they're going on. You know.
I did the same thing. Like I seen that they were on because I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna start streaming a book, and I waited till they were done before I start doing it. I'm the same way. Like I'm not gonna step on my friends' toes when it comes to streaming. I hate when fucking people do that shit.
So yeah, and it's funny because like I'm supposed to be doing Aegon, and because I the Aegon one that I had before was so messed up. Um, and I was also thinking about like doing a top 10 episodes of Game of Thrones from seasons 1 through 7 list. Um, I don't know. Thinking about doing that, but who knows when the hell I get that done. I'll be honest with you, man. If it wasn't for the fact that we've been telling people forever we're gonna do this thing, um, and if it wasn't for like the folks that we have in the room right now, who knows when you might get another video out of it. YouTube is on some absolute bullshit,
Dude,
and
YouTube's been a pain in the ass.
you know,
It
yeah.
really is.
So I mean, plus,
Everybody I knows, everybody I know, their fucking flannel channels are getting fucking flagged and videos are getting taken down, and it's like, what the fuck's the point if everything we're trying to do that's just for fun is getting fucked around? Like, what's the point?
yeah. it is what it is. But I'm
Yeah.
glad for the people who do follow us, and who do rock out with us. Um, I know there's a few people who are gonna be tight about the fact that they missed tonight, but I've been telling them all for the you know for a while now. I'm like, look, pay attention to your Twitter because you never know.
Yeah, that's the thing with us. Like, there's no scheduling. It's literally like I hit up Don Willie a couple days ago. I was like, hey, dude, I got the chance. I got the opportunity. You want to do Rogue Watchers? Yeah, let's do it. All right, then let's do it. And that was that. And it was literally, I hit him up earlier. When do you want to come on? Dinner's not cooking quite as fast as I want. Give me another hour. Okay. And here we are. Like, that was the whole point behind the Rogue Watchers when we started this 2 years ago, was you weren't going to know when we were coming on, and you didn't know when we were going to end, and you didn't know what the hell we were talking about. That was the whole point behind Rogue Watchers, and the main concept behind it: no Game of Thrones, no Song of Ice and Fire.
For real. But shout out to Ricky Hunt. Hell
Ricky,
Hydra.
cheers.
Hell Hydra. As always. You already know what it is. Now you haven't
So,
you haven't missed anything, Ricky. We're just chopping it up, man. Like how we normally do. I'm sitting up here, setting up things. Yeah, it's funny. So this was actually supposed to debut. We have a Rogue Watchers channel, right? This was supposed to go on that channel. We were supposed to be streaming from there. And apparently, when you set up a new channel, yeah, you can't stream for the first 24 hours.
yeah, that
Like,
sucked. I was excited. I'm
oh,
like, fuck yeah, we're gonna debut the Rogue Rogers channel. Don Willie's like, we got a problem. Look at this. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, this is bullshit. It could be another year before we debut that shit.
nah. You know what? I'm gonna try to manage my Saturday nights better, and try to I don't know, try to see if we can do more of these late, man. Yeah, because for
Yeah,
those of you who do not know, we are not in the same vicinity at all. I
not even
am in
close.
New York City.
I'm in
JB is in
Colorado.
Colorado, and
I'm out west.
yeah. So,
I mean, the time difference it's a problem. I mean, it happens. So, I mean, when we get the chance, we get the chance. I mean, that's I would love to do more things with the Hypes Watch, but it's just how life is. I just don't have my time schedule with work and the way my life works out, and being a parent and everything. I don't have the time to do it. By the time I'm ready to do a stream, you guys are like, we're settling down. We're just bullshitting for the night. It's over. And there's nothing wrong with it. I get it. So it sucks on my end, but at the same time, it is what it is. And eventually, one of these days, it'll all work out and we can coordinate again. We'll get back to that shit.
yeah, definitely. Um, all right. So, damn, you know what? We didn't come up with any topics at all or stuff to talk
No,
about, but fuck it. Westworld season 2 starting next week.
we get Shogun World.
Yes,
I'm,
I
I'm
am excited
stoked.
about that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really happy for that. I'm curious of what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, because that was definitely one of those last minute things that they threw in at the end of episode 10 of last year. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, how you just gonna hit us with this whole thing? It's like, oh, it's complicated. It's like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and
it's not
and
just Westworld, and it's not
yeah,
just
man.
Westworld. We got Shogun World and probably Civil War World, and even George R. R. Martin's like, yeah, that would be cool if we did a crossover where it was like Westworld. I'm like, that would be fucked. Like that would be really fucked up.
Yo, nah, man. Listen, George, you need to stop. Need to stop that. Like,
Could
yo,
you
he
could
he's
you
got
imagine? Could you imagine watching Westworld and watching the beginning of Game of Thrones all over again?
I mean, listen, you know what? George already has that with that Night Flyers coming out. He's got that Night Flyers series coming out, man. He's chilling right now, man. Listen,
Yeah,
George, don't be greedy. Just don't do
yeah.
it.
I don't know, man. Like, I I understand what he's doing. I get that when you're writing a series that's as massive as as a Song of Ice and Fire. I mean, that's a big story that he's writing. It's going to take you some time, but at the same time, some of your side projects need to be pushed back just a little bit to complete your main series that people are divulging their time and money into. Game of Thrones is huge. A Song of Ice has gotten fucking massive. Look at where we started with this whole situation with us streaming. There was History of Westeros, Radio Westeros, Tony Teflon, and what, three or four other channels. When we all got together and actually formed the Hypes Watch, it wasn't that big.
Yeah,
And now
now
it's
it's
massive.
just become
It's huge.
yeah, it's become crazy now. It's become out of control.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's to a
like
point now where I'm like, I'm ready for the show to end so a lot of these channels go away.
yeah, like my facsimile of a beard. It is shit has just gotten out of control. Still, still
Mine's
trying to
pretty
get this
strict.
thing to kind of grow in properly. You know what I'm saying? It's looking real suspect right now.
I got it good right here, but I can't right here above the chin line. It like gets redneck patchy shit, and I just shave it off. So it's
Listen,
just right
I
here on the
got the
chin line and
patchy
down
I
the
got the
neck.
patchy thing like right here doesn't grow, and then there's a spot in here somewhere that you really can't. So you have enough hair covering it up that you can't see that it doesn't grow. It's like a quarter size, but it's just like double.
I get like this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could call it the inbred patching going, dude. It's bad.
Mm. Oh man. But you know what?
uh,
Yeah, I see Ricky asked that did I ever finished Punisher. No, I never finished Punisher. Oh man, I'm such I'm the worst, man, cuz you know what, JD asked me if I wanted to do a Punisher video with him, and I don't you know it's crazy cuz like with the Netflix stuff, I always like kind of usually burn through it in a Saturday and a Sunday, right? You know, like late Friday night I'll start and I'll burn through it, you know, and be done by like Saturday afternoon. But for some reason that weekend when Punisher came out, I was sick as a dog, and I tried watching, and I just kept falling asleep. Not because it was
let's say
boring,
that
but
happens.
because I was sick, and I just never picked it back up.
Oh man,
So
it happens. It took me when I first got sick a couple weeks ago was when Jessica Jones dropped, and I was like, oh fuck, I'll just lay on the couch and watch it. I missed the first five episodes because I fell asleep, and I had to go back and watch it again. So yeah, I get it. And as you guys can tell, for those that don't know, I literally a week ago just got over walking pneumonia. That's why my voice is real raspy, real deep, kind of fucked up. This is actually no nicotine vape. I haven't vaped since I got sick, and that's why I got the no nicotine. I knew I wanted something because this is the first time I've drank in 3 weeks. But I know I was like, oh, I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna want something to smoke on, and I was gonna do cigars and be outside. But it's like 32 degrees out there, so.
so we are definitely happy that JD is back well again. You know,
I appreciate it. I'm
of
glad you're
course,
back fucking healthy too, dude.
yeah, we're definitely happy that that you're back. Shout out to Cat. Yeah, let's do a little roll call in the chat. We got Cat. We have Alicia Kingston. We have One True David Adams, and I believe we might still have Broke Black Man in the building. You know, hopefully. I don't know, man. My view counter on got this little damn thing, and It was telling me the view count for a sec there, and now it's not telling me. Oh,
It says we got 4 watching. So, and
yeah,
what
that's
I'm
what it
seeing,
says on my
we
little
got
thing
Ricky,
here.
Alicia, Kat, and Broke and David. So that's 4.
All
So
right,
I'm
hey,
guessing that's about accurate.
all good, all to the good.
So did you finish the second season of Jessica Jones?
I did, and that was one of those where I took a Saturday and just rocked it out all day.
There
Oh,
there was
yo,
there
hold
was
up, hold up,
point.
hold up,
Yeah.
real, real quick. Broke, you got sweet potato pie, yo. Do you get one of them
Mother.
joints from Crown or Kennedy or something, man? I love those. Yo, nah, man. Listen, JD, I know they probably don't have those out where you are, but like, for those of you who may not know, like in New York, uh, New Jersey, maybe like Philadelphia, there is a fast food chain or a couple of fast food chains run by like either Arabs, Indians, or something like that, called either Crown Fried Chicken or Kennedy Fried Chicken. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's different depending on like where you are, right? So yeah, and Brooks says he got the Kennedy joint, right? So basically, a staple on their menu are uh these sweet potato pies that are about 6 inches in diameter. And listen, that is part of the reason why I probably will never get to the weight that I should be, because I cannot pass by one of those places without buying a minimum of one. Uh yeah. Oh my god. Listen, that with
That
some
good, huh?
ice cream. Oh
Ooh.
my god. Listen. Oh, and if you have never heard of an Italian burger, oh, I don't even
I
know why
I
they
would
call it an
probably
Italian
I would
burger.
probably turn into a fat kid because I have a weakness for a good made sweet potato pie. Like the marshmallows and brown sugar and some honey, and yeah, I'm dying. Like Thanksgiving comes around and I'm gonna miss my grandma because my grandma made some of the best sweet potato pie that I've ever known in my life, and I'm glad she didn't make a year round because this guy would be freaking huge.
Yo, listen, man. Uh, that is listen, know, it's crazy. Like, it's I don't know if anyone here has tried Patty LaBelle's sweet potato pie. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, listen, man. That listen, the Patty LaBelle sweet potato pie make you want to fight somebody in the middle of the store for the last one.
That's some good sweet potato pie. Then.
Yo, oh my god. That listen that you go to, if you've had Patty LaBelle sweet potato pie, and then you go and just like, yo, I gotta, like you Walmart or Stop and Shop or wherever, and there's like one left, and you make eye contact with somebody else, you just rushing over it. Like it might be a brawl for that last one.
You see Don Willie just straight up just poof elbow to the face
Yo,
and keep on
listen,
running. That's
man.
mine, motherfucker.
Got to keep your hand skills sharp just in case.
That's awesome.
Oh man. Um. Uh. So
Dude, I
we
thought
we were.
I thought my kid was gonna judo chop somebody the other day. We went in there and she's a big apple pie fan.
Mm,
And we went in the store and there was one apple pie left and like I opened it and she snuck in and she grabbed it and there was like this lady walking down and she looked at my daughter. My daughter looked at her and just like shook her head like like put it in the cart. I was like,
mm.
that was funny. I thought my daughter was gonna whoop somebody's ass over an apple pie.
Mm. But hold on, Kat, where are you at? 'Cause she said they don't. Guess they don't have Crown or whatever. But yeah, Kat, where are you?
Ooh, hold on. Come on, guys. fucking dog. Ugh.
Listen, yo, yeah, Alicia. Listen, there's been a couple of times where where I done went up in Kennedy or Crown and just looking like, yo, don't even think about like it'll be the last one there. It's late, and I'm just like, yo, somebody else come in here. You just gotta give them a look like, don't even think about ordering that. Don't do it.
Happens.
Oh wow, Cat is in Panama. Okay, Central America in the house. One of these days, I gotta get to. What is that? South America?
No, that's central.
No, that's Central America. Yeah, the
It's
Panama
central.
Canal and all that,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
it's
yeah. So
between it all.
I gotta actually, I'm going on a trip next month on a cruise. So this month is Ice and Fire Con, which I see Alicia Kingston. I believe Ann is going, and maybe a few other people that I might know personally. But I unfortunately the one that I wanted to go to, and it's not that I don't want to go to Ice and Fire Con because I definitely do want to go to Ice and Fire Con, but I did want to go to Con of Thrill. There's a couple of people there that I wanted to in person. Who unfortunately I will not get to see this time around, but perhaps next. Perhaps. Because sometimes you just need to meet people face to face.
Man, I would love to be able to afford to go to Ice and FireCon, but my living situation in life and everything that's revolved around it just doesn't work out that way right now.
We gotta
One of
find
these
you.
days,
We
though,
gotta find you a hustle.
one of these days, hey man, I'm working on a hustle. I've got 4 of them started. They're all books.
Okay, so
If
there you
I can
go.
get that shit rolling, I'll just go buy a big ass ranch up here in Colorado and send all you fuckers a ticket. Get your ass out here and come get drunk with me. I'll fucking cook. I don't give a shit. Just come get drunk with me and have some fun.
Okay, get some venison steaks popping.
Hell, yeah, venison. I got me a moose tag this year.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy though? Being a New Yorker and not being surrounded by wilderness as such. Uh, it is not. It is not a very popular thing. Like venison is not a popular thing out here,
Mm-mm.
like at all. You know,
No,
so
it,
for us, we're as much a diverse culture as New York has with the food, um, and everything like that. Uh, there is a bit of there's a bit of pedestrian attitude when it comes to food. For us, we do burgers. Like we do beef, we do lamb, we do pork.
yeah.
Um,
You do
uh,
the main,
you know,
the domesticated meats
yeah,
a
you know what
lot.
I'm saying. But
Yeah.
like when it comes to the more wild animals, like wild game, that's not a big thing for us out here, unless you go to a specialty restaurant, or yeah, unless you go to like a specialty restaurant, or or unless you get people who specifically order that stuff or like buy that stuff from someplace like a Whole Food or maybe Fairway.
Yeah, no, I pay like 60, 50, 60 bucks a tag. One animal. I can get a bow tag. which I do bow hunt, and then I can get a rifle tag. The only difference is I can't get an elk tag during bow season and then turn around and get a rifle tag for an elk. I can't do that. It has to be an elk or deer for bow season, and then I can get an elk, deer, moose tag for rifle. So that's just the way it works. But I laugh at people. Okay, so you got the uh, diverse population, way you guys eat, everything like that. Organic is one of those biggest things, right?
It's starting to become really big now, and it's mainly because you have a lot of people who aren't from the city moving here, and they're kind of bringing in what they're used to.
See,
So you get people
I
from the Midwest
California.
or from the South, yeah, who are bringing in a lot of this stuff.
uh, my thing is when people look at me and they go, I eat organic. I'm like, okay, so you spend like what? You go to the grocery store, pound of apples or a pound of organic potatoes or whatever the fuck you want. It's expensive. Organic's expensive.
Yeah, and
I
I'm not
laugh
sure
at it.
why though.
I don't either. And I start laughing at them. They're like, well, what's so funny? I'm like, I've been eating organic since I was fucking born. Organic vegetables, organic fruits, organic meat. They're like, what do you mean? That just started in the stores a few years ago. Yeah, we don't shop in the stores that often. Like we grow and hunt 90% of our food. I've been eating organic since I was fucking born. Like your organic is nothing new. Like people think it's this big trend and it's huge and it's massive. To me it's regular life.
Hey, go ahead and rub it in. Why don't you? Okay. Some of us aren't privileged enough to live in those parts of America. Okay, but
Yeah, but here's the
unfortunately,
thing. A lot of people wouldn't even call that privileged. A lot of people would call that poor. If you think about it, a lot of people would call that poor because I am a middle class, lower middle class, blue collar person. Like I'm not I don't have the money to go to the store and buy beef and pork and steak and chicken and all that shit every night. Hunting was a way of life. Growing stuff was a way of life. It wasn't I'm rubbing in your face. It was literally we didn't have the money to go to the store to buy that shit, so you had to go hunt it. That's how it was. That's why we were. That's why I still carry on that tradition to this day. Is for that fact that it's a money saver.
I mean, no, listen, I feel you. I mean, but you're lucky in the fact that that's something that for somebody who lives or is from a big city, you don't really have that option. Like for me, the closest, like I would probably have to drive a few hours, either upstate or somewhere in New Jersey or maybe Pennsylvania to do any kind of hunting. Like maybe you might be able to have like for me, I live in a house, um, with a small backyard. I could plant some fruits and vegetables, maybe nothing too crazy. I
No,
might,
you couldn't.
yeah, nothing extensive. Nobody's going back there and seeing some massive greenhouse and be like, oh my god, look at all the abundance of food. Like that's not happening. Um,
Yeah,
but as far as like, yeah, if I wanted to, if I decided, I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to do a super old school. Give me a rifle with musket balls. Like, yeah,
dude, we're
that's
not we're not we're not gonna do no basketballs. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna give you a high-powered rifle. We're shooting 200-300 yards. Like, you're gonna have to have some distance.
What? No, I want to see. I want to get close up on that motherfucker and watch
All right, well
him
then I'll give you a
die.
bow because bow you're only getting about 40 yards. That's all the farther you're gonna get away
I
from. It's
want
about
to wait.
40.
Hold on. 40 yards that's a little too close. Okay. All right. I'm not one of the fast running black men. All right.
I'll stand beside you. I'll have a bow too, a pistol on my hip. Well, we got this.
All
I
right.
go do this shit by myself, man. And I go with my bow, got my pistol on my hip. I go out there walking by myself. Like, it's what I do. And to tell you the truth, I do a lot of that shit. I love hunting, and it's not the killing factor reason I love hunting. The main reason I love hunting is being able to have an excuse to literally throw all my shit in the car, go up in the mountains, find a trail, and take a walk for 4 or 5 hours. Whole reason I go hunting. It has nothing to do with the killing the animal. The killing of the animal is a bonus for food in my house.
So
The main factor is going and enjoying God's creation, what we see every day, the life that's around us. That's
motherfucker
my whole
sounded like
reason for
one of the
going
Navi from Avatar right now. Be like, I
hunting.
have come. I have come to the mountain of Awa. I see you. I see you, Antler.
I know where it's at. You want to go? It's a trip, though. It's about a 10-hour trip on foot.
Antler, you are my brother. I see you when I kill you. I shall cook this steak in the name of Awa.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm actually teaching my daughter how to grow fruits and vegetables from this year. I think that's a very important skill to know
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
because if this world ever goes to shit, you got to be able to grow your own food.
What's the crazy thing, right? So, I think about like the whole collapse. What if there was a massive tidal wave or fucking super EMP that destroyed all technology? And I'm thinking about all the people who were just too dumb to go to the library and learn how to do some shit. They'd be sitting up there starving because they'd be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to grow food.
Dude,
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. I can't look up anything on Google. It's
I
like,
don't I don't I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but if shit really went south, city folk would really disappear. Like your basic city person would disappear because they don't there is no understanding of being able to gather and hunt and do they don't have it. Their instincts are gone. Their instinct is go to the store. So you're
I mean,
robbing a lot of people dying for it, and then eventually a lot of people starving to death. And that would be it.
yeah, you would, but I think a lot of it. Look, like I said, look, for anybody who's going to be watching this in the future, my people who live in cities who are watching right now, um, if it all goes down, go to Barnes and Noble, go to the library, go to a damn bookstore, okay? Don't rely on your iPad or anything like that. Just go to a bookstore. It's all there. I think people people would wind up starving because they wouldn't think to just go to a bookstore and learn real quick. Okay, like, all right, what do I need to do to fucking plant some shit?
Dude, I'll tell you right now, potatoes, easiest thing to grow. Stack some tires. You put a tire, put some dirt, throw some potatoes in there. Tire, dirt, potatoes, tire, and they eventually they grow, and you'll have a shitload of potatoes. You just move the tires and pick the potatoes. Dude, potatoes are the easiest thing to grow in the fucking world, and they're one of the best nutrients in the world. Like, I'm Irish, and one of the Irish things is you're a fucking potato eater, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's easy to grow, and it's got a lot of nutrients in it.
Hey, listen, man. I gained a lot of weight from eating a lot of potatoes. So
Eh,
yeah. Like I don't.
I'm a
I don't get
huge
fucking.
potato fan.
I had mashed
I
potatoes as part of my dinner tonight. So
I'm a huge potato fan. French fries, mashed potatoes, fried potatoes, baked potato. Yeah, I love me a
I
potato.
can't front though. I think I would go. I would go crazy if I had to live the rest of my life without McDonald's French fries. Like you tell me civilization collapsed and no more McDonald's French fries ever. Oh, now mind you, it's not like I go to McDonald's on a regular basis, right?
No, but you go to get the. I understand it. That's why I'm laughing.
Right.
McDonald's French fries. Like I will go to McDonald's once every 2 or 3 months just to get French fries. Yeah.
right.
No, I get it.
And mind you, there's a McDonald's right along my path to go home. Um, and I haven't been there in months. And the last time I tried to go was I got off work late one night, and I thought the McDonald's was 24/7, and apparently they have changed their hours. Because I just remember going there. I'm like, okay, I'm about to go get me some fries, maybe Big Mac. I go to tug on the door. I'm like,
Wait.
why is this not
Oh,
opening?
drive-throughs 24
Well, nah,
7.
but you know what? No. This one doesn't have a drive-through.
What?
See, see this. You folks out in the non-cities, okay, where everything has a drive-through. All right.
Everything I've got has got a drive-through.
Yeah,
Yes.
your Chipotle
I even
probably
have
has a damn
I
drive-through.
I have drive-through liquor store. Yeah, drive-through liquor store. Pull up the window. I need this. They hand it to me. I drive away. Drive-through liquor store. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we have nothing like that in New York. We have absolutely nothing like that in New York. Oh man.
I will say this though, when you go to the drive-through, it better be like a 12 pack or less. If you order a bunch of booze through the drive-through, they're not really happy about it. Kind of dicks. So
Okay.
if you're ordering a bunch of shit, you go into the store. But if you're like, oh, I just need like a 12 pack or a 6 pack, fuck yeah, dude, the drive-through's the way to go. That's how I got this right here. Drive-through.
Okay. That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, McDonald's out here, Wendy's, Burger King, all that, 24 hours, yes. Drive-through. After 10 p.m., no more walking in the store. It's just drive-through.
Oh wait, but you guys don't have White Castle though, right?
We have no White Castle, no. That's all east of the Mississippi, not west of the Mississippi.
Mm-mm-mm. Wait, so do you have crystals? No.
I got a Carl's Jr., which is what, Hardee's?
Yeah. You know what? So for my job, I tested the fire suppression system for the first Carl's Jr. in New York City.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Carl's.
I get to walk into Carl's Jr. whenever I want, grabbing my nuts. I mean, like the reason why you have a job is because of me, because of me. All right.
Love.
So hand over them burgers and a
Dude,
shake. Then a dab on
they're
them and
Western.
leave.
They're Western. They're Western. Fucking bacon cheeseburgers are fucking awesome. I love it. Some bacon, some fucking onion rings, and some barbecue sauce. I'm in heaven. But you gotta watch because some of their cooks can suck. And I've went into the same restaurant 3 days in a row, and 2 out of those 3 days the meal was horrible, and I threw it away. So, just depends.
All right, damn. All right, so it looks like we need to get JD and we need to get Cat east of the Mississippi and north of Baltimore, so we can get you guys some damn White Castle burgers. White Castle burgers are like nothing else. A lot of people like theirs with onions. I Do not like onions myself, so you won't catch me with the onions on my burger. But White Castle burger, you know, some fish nibblers, some mozzarella sticks, maybe ice
See,
shake. Oh
I,
man,
I, I'm laughing here because Ricky Hunt's like, we don't have it either, but you can buy them frozen in the grocery store. Here, I bought White Castle frozen out of the grocery store, and it was fucking disgusting.
yeah, it's not. It's
I
not the same. It's not the
no,
same.
if I'm gonna go have White Castle, I'm gonna have to go east of the Mississippi and have fucking White Castle. Frozen White Castle's gross. It frozen hamburgers, period. Like anything that comes in a bun already pre-made frozen, I'm not touching it. If I can't throw it on the grill and cook it, I ain't touching it frozen. Ain't happening. Nope. Mm-mm.
So you know,
Ugh.
it's funny though. So like, I lived in Virginia for like 6 months, and like where I used to live right before that, I had lived in Jersey City for about a year and a half, right? So when I was out there on my way home, not exactly on my way home, but near where the train station was, they had a White Castle. So every now and then, I'd go and pick me up some burgers. Then when I got to Virginia, I realized there was no White Castle at all, and I'm sitting up there like, that is some bullshit. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go to the store, and one of the grocery stores they had where I was at was Food Lion. Don't okay, Food Lion, whatever. Anyway, so go to Food Lion. They got the White Castle frozen burgers, and I was just sitting up there like, yeah, this is some absolute bullshit. I can't wait to get back to New York. That might have been one of the reasons why I moved back to New York so quickly.
I missed
Like,
that fucking White Castle. Damn
yeah,
it.
man. Gotta have real White Castle burgers with a White Castle shake.
We have a place here. My buddy just opened it. Some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. And he's like, we were sitting there bullshitting. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go frozen chain, send him to California. I said, KJ, you'll flop. He goes, what do you mean? I said, nothing frozen ever works. If it's not freshly frozen, if it's pre-cooked, and it doesn't work. I said, if people want to come and have your hamburger, they need to come here to have you cook cook it. Dude, he made. I haven't had a Swiss mushroom hamburger that was good in probably 6-7 years. Fuck it. Everything else I've had at this guy's has been good so far. Try it. It was one of the best hamburgers I've had in my life, dude. I was happy as hell.
You know what I thought was gonna be a better burger, the way that a couple of people I knew talked about it, was Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
And I remember going because like not too far from where I live is Six Flags, maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. And I remember going there and seeing Johnny Rockets. I'm seeing these dudes dressed like it's the fucking 1950s and shit. And I'm like, okay, what's all this about? Oh, yeah, it's Johnny Rockets. You don't know about this? Nah, never. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, okay, I know I'm at a damn theme park, but this shit is just too fucking expensive. So I didn't order from Johnny Rockets at that time. But there was one across the street from where I used to work, and I went there like maybe 2 or 3 times, and I was just kind of like, man, this is okay. But the burger that I do love right now, um, which Alicia, unfortunately, until you come back to the city, you probably ain't gonna know about this one, right? Yeah, is Shake Shack. Broke, you might know about it. You know, you out here in New York. You should know about Shake Shack. Shake Shack is Shake Shack is like your home cooked kind of burger. Um, yeah, it's your closest to your home cooked kind of burger.
Okay.
But all right, so let's see here. We need to get JD, and we need to get Cat to New York because so White Castle, like real White Castle burger from the actual White Castle. Uh, Shake Shack and Cat's Deli. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm pretty
The
sure you
deli sounds
guys
fucking awesome, actually.
what Brooks said Shake Shack be having them long ass lines. Yeah, I mean, but
If it's
listen,
worth
man,
it, I'll
Shake
wait in line.
Shack. I
If
mean,
it's
it
worth it,
has
I'll
them
wait.
long ass lines for a reason.
As I say, dude, if I'm coming to New York, I'm pretty much expecting to wait in a fucking long ass line. It's fucking New York.
Nah, cause not everything is like that. You know, not everything is just long line. But
If it's worth it, it's gonna be a long line.
yeah, you know, Shake Shack, you're gonna wait in a long line for that. White Castle, um, White Castle, you're not gonna wait in a long line, but it's still White Castle though. You know, White Castle,
It's gonna be busy.
White Cat, no, not all the time. And it's funny though because there there are only two White Castles in all of Manhattan, and I think maybe I know of two in Brooklyn. I know of two in Brooklyn. I know of maybe two in Staten Island. Um, I think there's a bunch in Queens.
Hmm.
There may be 5 or 6 in Queens,
Damn.
and maybe like 5 in the Bronx. I don't know why there's only two in Manhattan though, because you know that's the most populated. Not the most populated, but like that's the place where like all the tourists go when they come to New York is Manhattan. So whatever. But now we got a couple of Arby's. We got like 10 trillion Chipotle's. I think they got like 4 Chick-fil-A's there now. um, yeah, broke. There's actually two White Castles in Harlem. There's one on. I mean, even you know, Harlem doesn't technically start until 110th, but you know, anything after like 96, most people kind of consider to be Harlem. Um, but there's one on. It's like 102nd or 103rd and First Avenue, and then you got the other one on 125th and Lennox was Adam Clinton Tower. One and two. And it's funny because in New York, you know, you could tell the black areas because you know they name like it'll be something else, and then like once the neighborhood changes over, like certain streets are just named after like famous black people.
I've
It's just
noticed
like
that.
this was
Denver does the
Seventh
same
Avenue a
shit.
block ago.
Denver
Now
does the same
now it's
shit,
Martin Luther
dude.
King Jr. Boulevard. I'm just like, okay,
Whatever. Fuck it. That's how I feel. Like I went to Denver. I don't remember what the street was named, but as soon as it, like after a while it became like Jesse Jackson Drive or something. I was like, the fuck? It used to be like Tiller Court and it became Jesse Jackson Drive. I was like,
but
it
I
looks
feel
the
you know you
same.
reached the black part of town.
Yeah, it's like it looks the same. Well, it always was the black part of town. It was where one of my best friends lived. Like it's always been black. It just changed the street name. I was just kind of like, driving down the street. It was weird though. Like I was just like, when the fuck?
Oh,
Why isn't it
hey,
Teller Drive anymore?
what up? Wait, we got Lavina in the house. What's going on?
Laugh, love,
What's going
laugh.
on? Book club today was awesome. I didn't want to distract, so I didn't. I came through. I dropped a like. I listened to you
It
guys.
was. As I say, it was actually. It actually. I was actually pretty interested in. I'm gonna have to check this book out because the way they talked about it, it caught my attention.
Word.
Hey, by the way, Broke, Laugh, Alicia knows. So does Broke. You guys ever want to do a discussion on the land, the founding by Alaron Kong? You know, the lit RPG that I streamed for about 3 hours today? Let me know. I'll try my hardest to be on that one because that fucking book. I never knew I could get into a book series that was written like a video game, and the land is fucking phenomenal. So, if you guys ever want to do that one, and the next 6 or 7 books or 12 or 15, however many he does, I'm game. Just saying.
Oh, and Eliza says she's off to go get drunk. Okay, do what you got to do. Happy drinking. Don't
Have
drive.
fun, laugh.
Use Uber.
Yeah, don't drive. Driving bad. Bad juju. I've been there, done that, and I got all my shit before they made the crosshatch. I'd spent what I spent. I spent 10 days in jail. Paid over $10,000 worth of fines. Couldn't drive for a year, and then had SR22 for 5 years. Yeah, dude, they fucked me pretty hard.
Mm.
Yeah, it was bad.
See, that's because you
10
live in a
days in
place
jail
with
sucked.
no like readily available public transport. That's why.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You know.
And you know, the funniest part about the whole situation is I was actually stoned. I wasn't drunk. But that was before marijuana was legal, and marijuana was an actual felony charge compared to a DUI.
Mm-mm-mm. So you actually kind of got off easy then.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Hey,
I
listen,
didn't
man.
like the
Don't
10
don't
days
let.
in jail. I didn't like the 10 days in jail because a buddy of mine that died had screwed a lot of people over. And when I went to jail, they happened to be in jail. I got my ass kicked
Oh damn.
a lot for like 5 days straight because of that fucking piece of shit. He was actually lucky he was dead by the time that shit went down because I probably would have killed him.
Damn.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't sell drugs. They're all bad. I sold them. I didn't sell them, but that's just bad. It's bad. Bad juju.
And that is your public service announcement from JD the Dragon.
don't, don't do drugs. Don't sell drugs. All bad. Cheers.
Well, see, I guess you're kind of lucky you got out the game pretty early because I mean I don't know if you heard, but current commander in chief wants to take after the Philippines and says the drug dealers should be executed. So,
uh, can we kill off the pedophiles and rapists first?
yeah,
Just,
yeah,
can we kill
I would
them
say
off
that
first?
they were probably the priority of people to get rid of.
You know, the people the people that are mass murdering people or raping little girls or little boys or raping women, let's kill them off. I don't have a problem with the drug dealers. They're just making money, whatever. Let's kill the bad people off first, and then let's worry about the drug dealers. The war on drugs has been nothing but a waste of money. It really has, because drugs are illegal, yet they're everywhere. Literally everywhere. So that war worked quite well. Yeah, let's handle something we can handle. So when you catch a rapist or a pedophile or a mass murderer, cut their head off. Let's go back to the golden age when you actually had a consequence for your fucking action instead of this PC culture bullshit. Sorry.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. But
I gotta agree with Ricky real quick. You're right. Weed is not a drug. Weed is an herb. I'll agree with that one. Weed's not a drug.
yeah, I mean, look, because
This is a drug.
my definition of drug is something that actually has to be processed.
Mhm.
Weed literally just grows out of the ground. People put it in their pipes or roll it up in papers and they smoke it, and that's pretty much.
Eat some brownies or some cookies or suckers or gummy bears or I live in Colorado. It's all fucking legal now. So.
Well, it's funny. So like, there's minimal discussion in New York about the possibility of legalizing marijuana.
See,
And I'm still like, but the thing about it is like, they're not saying whether it's going to be like a medical thing or if it's going to be a recreational thing, because like New Jersey just legalized weed recreationally.
See, and that's it's kind of weird to me because New York, the state, even the state as a whole, is very liberal. Yet you have Colorado that's a little more conservative, passing marijuana before the liberal states of California, New York, Florida. I don't. It kind of made me laugh when that happened because I know a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives that voted for marijuana over my liberal and Democratic friends. That didn't make sense to me because most of the liberals and Democrats are potheads. Conservatives aren't, yet the conservatives voted it legal and the Democrats didn't. The way it worked out was completely weird. It really made no sense to me how it actually worked out.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, listen, as liberal as New York, the state is supposed to be. I mean, before our current governor, either the last two, I know definitely the one governor right before the current one was a Republican. George Pataki.
Yeah.
And he got 2 terms.
Yep.
So, and it's funny, like, I haven't seen a politician fall off the map that hard in a very long time. Like,
he disappeared.
If it wasn't for this discussion right now, I don't know when I would even think about the name George Pataki. That's one of those things where it's just like, yo, what? He was the governor for 8 years,
and just
gone. I need to look up like, yo, what is George Pataki doing right now? He probably runs a fucking hedge fund is worth $100 million right now.
I got a porn star night.
Yeah, man. Nah, but it's funny though. Like, look, I think they probably wouldn't legalize weed in New York because there's too much money in throwing people in jail for it.
Yeah.
But then the other thing too, I think you would have people who would be ridiculously reckless. Look, the day that weed became legal out here, you'd have motherfuckers in the streets just sparking up blunts and just blowing smoke in the cops' faces. Just like, you can't arrest me for this shit.
Here's the thing about marijuana. It's legalized the same way alcohol is.
Oh, so yeah, you can only basically do it
at your house,
inside your house, or
yeah,
if there
at a
is,
bar.
a club that allows
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You can't walk down the street smoking weed. If you get caught driving while you're fucking stoned, it's the same as a DUI. Like the rules are the same as alcohol.
But you
There's
know
no
what?
difference.
I could see a bunch of fucking stupid motherfuckers who will only hear weed is legal
Oh yeah.
and think, oh, okay, man, I'm watch this. I'm about to go right up to the cops. I'm about to roll up this L right now, right in front of the cops. Mm-hmm. Spark, yeah. Can't arrest me for this.
Rested.
Wait. What? Yo, no, it's legal now. It's legal now, though.
Yeah, on your fucking property. No, like yeah, you can't walk down the street and smoke a fucking joint. You can't even sit on your porch and smoke a fucking joint. You have to be in your backyard where nobody can see you or inside the house. And you can have up to 6 plants, 3 produce in the summer, 3 produce in the winter, kind of thing. Like there's a whole bunch of rules and regulations about it. And then when it came to vote, what we do with the tax money, because it made I think $10 million in taxes. And like, yeah, we can give it back to you, but when it breaks down to person, you're gonna get like $10.
Yeah, right.
Or we can put it towards like the schools and stuff like that. So everybody's like, yeah, go to the schools. And it actually has helped like the eastern slope, not the western slope so much, but the eastern slope, it's helped out them a lot. So
Mm. I mean,
I'm I'm to the point now where I'd like to tell Denver to go fuck themselves and let's divide the state in half and we'll call it a day. But that's just me.
hey, it is what it is. But I'm just kind of like, uh, yeah, I'm just kind of like, I'm surprised that there is even as much talk about it being legal as it is now, right?
Actually, as a Colorado native, I know this is gonna sound dickhead as hell because when marijuana got legalized in Colorado, a lot of Californians came to Colorado. Well, now marijuana is legal in California, and I'm one of the activists of you can go home now, California. That way, go west, go home now. It's all good.
Oh my god.
Leave my state. Go. Just that way. You're fucking it up. Leave.
Nah, you know
Dude,
what's
it's
funny? I'm
it's it's $1,200 in Denver for a fucking studio apartment. To rent a studio, no bedroom, big room, just take a pit, 1,200 fucking dollars in Denver to rent that. It's stupid. Californians can go home. Go back to Cali, keep fucking your own state up. Get out of here.
listen. You know what? That sounding like New York prices, and mind you, that $1,200 would be in a shitty neighborhood.
Dude, that's shitty neighborhoods in Denver too. It's gotten bad, dude.
You know
It's
what's the
gotten
thing that
real
kind of
bad.
kills me? Like when I see the prices for certain apartments out here, I'm like, what job are these people doing that they have the money to pay
Dude,
those kind of prices? I'm like,
I don't know. I'm this close. I'm this close to going up in the mountains in the middle of fucking nowhere, building a cabin and disappearing. I'm this fucking close because this shit's getting ridiculous. It's I don't have the money. I have enough money to be able to pay $800 a month in rent plus bills, which will come out to about $1,200 altogether. I can pay that. And that's for a decent sized house, 2 bedroom, probably 800 square feet house, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom house, $800 a month, just rent, not including bills. I can barely afford that. And Denver's got a studio apartment with a pisser in it for fucking $1,200. You can go fuck yourself. I'm gonna go build a cabin in the middle of nowhere. I'm done with this shit. I'm that fucking close.
Nah, man, listen, we don't need JD going off the grid. But either way, yeah, man. Look,
Ricky has it right though. I'm not down with the hipster invasion.
neither am
I'm
I,
not.
man. Listen, you know what's the worst part of hipsters though?
Okay, here we go.
Like
Love it.
for one, them changing the entire ecosphere of your fucking city.
Oh man, they're horrible.
Because now mind you, I have no problem with people bringing who they are to the new place that they, right? But what I do have a problem with is the exponential growth in pricing, and also B, it's like, okay, New York has had New York is a noisy city,
Mm-hmm.
always has been, and it's kind of like you can't have a place with almost 9 million people and expect to be quiet by fucking 8 o'clock.
It ain't gonna happen. There's too much shit going on. You got too many people working. No.
Right, but you have these people who come from quieter areas, and now like there's a bunch of freaking local ordinances being created because it's
Oh,
like, oh, it's after 9 o'clock, and I wanna go to sleep. And it's just like, you moved to the noisiest place in all of the United States to tell people, I can't take the noise. It's just too loud. Why the fuck are you here? No one. I mean, it's like, no, you don't have to be invited to come here, but no one told you to stay after college.
right?
Okay, you came here, for the college. You went to NYU or Columbia or wherever, and you were on campus, and you didn't have the wild campus parties and all that. And then you decided after however many years of college, instead of you moving back to where it was nice and quiet where you grew up, you decided to stay here, and now everything has to be all gotta be so fucking quiet.
Oh
It's
no.
like, what? No, there's no
I
fucking nightlife in New York City anymore because of these fucking hipsters and they're. It's just too loud.
I looked at
Can't
I
stand
looked up
them.
in Steamboat Springs for a while. And if anybody knows what Colorado is known for basically two things: marijuana, skiing. That's Colorado, unless you're a hunter and an outdoorsman. But the main two things is marijuana and skiing. So I grew up in Steamboat Springs. Steamboat Springs is a very big skiing town. A lot of Olympians have come out of Steamboat Springs. Um, Here's the problem with this is why I don't like Californians and I don't like Texans. They move into like towns like Steamboat and Aspen and Vail, and then these guys, their wives are rich and they're really fucking bored, and then they start calling the state senators about issues like, the sportsman's out having a campfire that's like 30 miles down the road, but they can see the flicker of the flame, or they can hear the gunshot from 1,000 miles away where you hear a and that's all you hear, but they hear it, so they call the cops. When people ask me, why do you get so pissed off about Californians and people moving into your state? If you're going to move into any area, whether it's a different country, you respect that way of life. Colorado is 100% different than New York, California, Texas, Florida. So if I was to move to any of those states, I'm going to adjust my way of life to those states. So when you move to Colorado, the one thing I ask is you respect how we live. They don't. They want to change it. So, like my statement earlier, if marijuana is legal, you can go home. That's why I made it. You can go home. Get the fuck out of here before you destroy my state. Because I'm a very avid outdoorsman. I love being up in the mountains. I love going fishing. I love going camping. And the second you start trying to pull that away from me and tell me I can't do it, is the second I'm going to start to fight back, and I'm going to fight really fucking dirty. And I'm going to fight more dirty than you ever expected to be. You're going to call the cop, and I'm going to laugh at the cop and walk around the cop. And I'm going to come to your front door. And you're not going to like it when I make it to your front door. Because I know the cop. I grew up with it. You know, that's the problem. When you come into a small town and you start pushing, eventually those people push back. And when they push back, it doesn't work. Family from Texas moved up here, and we were talking about it. She moved her youngest daughter, I think, from Houston, and her oldest daughter was up here at the time. And she's an African-American lady. And Houston had gotten to the point where, you know, the no gun ban and you can't have this, you can't have that. And she goes, I've never seen crime that bad in my life. That's why I'm here. She goes, to tell you the truth, I feel safer around people with guns than I do around a bunch of people without guns. Because I know these people can protect themselves and the criminals aren't going to pull their shit. You've got a point. I liked her. She was cool, and her daughter's a really cool lady too. And they're both of them like, if we'd have known, she goes, if I'd have known Houston when it got that bad, I'd have never moved there. She goes, but it's gotten to the point where the law-abiding citizen cannot carry a gun, and the crime rate has gone to the point where you can't control it. So she moved to small town Colorado where she can have a gun.
Interesting. I mean, listen, you know, out here in New York, they do not want anyone but the police carrying guns, and they damn near make it impossible for you to get a gun permit. Like, well, no, let me be more specific. They make it nearly impossible for you to get a permit for a pistol. For a rifle or a shotgun, you know, it's a hit or miss with that one. But like for a pistol, even if you know it's not even like for carry, just pistol for your house, they make it damn near impossible. So, I
Oh,
mean,
you
but
mean like
New York right now has the lowest crime rate out of any big city in the United States,
see,
which is
legal?
kind of, man, you gonna get my goddamn channel flagged. Jeez, that shit.
there's there's no bullets in it. It's just a pistol.
Yeah,
Legal in the state
mo-
of Colorado. They can fuck themselves. I don't give a shit.
yeah. Listen, and somebody will come up and like, yeah, and I was on this guy's channel, and a man just pulled out a gun and he pointed it directly at me. Like, told me he
On
was
the
gonna shoot
fucking,
me from the internet.
he was gonna shoot through the computer. Yeah.
He had the magic bullet that killed JFK.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a problem I have. Because I've been paying attention to the news lately, and England has not been able to own guns for like the last 50 years. Now they're taking knives away. Like, what the fuck? A knife?
Well, no. Apparently, knifing people is the thing out there. Everyone, you know, it's funny. They really took that Jack the Ripper shit to heart.
But see, here's the thing. Here's my one argument. This is my one argument. I got a gun and you're gonna come at me with a knife, you're a fucking idiot. But here's the also part. I'm not gonna walk down the fucking street shooting people. Like, I have no concept of that. People are there's evil people. It's always gonna be that way. You can take away guns, you can take away knives. Eventually, they're gonna take away fucking forks and spoons and everything you think you could think of. And we're gonna go back to Cain and Abel, and somebody's gonna kill a motherfucker with a rock. What the fuck they gonna do? Dig up every rock on the fucking planet? Ain't gonna happen.
No, they're gonna make all rocks into pebbles. It's gonna be nothing but sand. Welcome to Colorado's Great Sand Mountains.
Like, I'm sorry, like you can deal with one thing, and there's always going to be another thing.
Come on, man. Sand mountains would be cool, wouldn't they?
No, I'm a big fan of my Rocky Mountains.
They grind down the mountains, right? But they take pictures. They take pictures of what the mountains used to look like. They grind them all down to sand, and then they glue it back together. So this way, you can't get a large enough rock to actually hit somebody with. And if you do wind up getting into a fight, it just kind of breaks down. You get enveloped into the sand. It's a nice soft landing.
See, Alicia had it right here. She goes, the biggest issue, the gun control people isn't looking to, they're trying to stop the punks. I get that. But here's the problem. Good, honest, hardworking Americans. It doesn't matter skin color. I hate the fact that I have to mention that. It fucking drives me nuts because there's evil in every race. There's good in every race. But good, honest Americans, good people, honest people all over the fucking world should be able to protect themselves from the evil in this world. Because there's always going to be evil in this world. And the evil in this world is always going to figure out how to get a weapon, whether it's a gun, a knife, a grenade. They're going to learn that you can fucking build a chemical bomb out of household chemicals in your fucking house at Walmart.
Hey, listen.
It doesn't matter.
Don't give motherfuckers ideas. Damn, man.
It doesn't matter. So the one thing I will always fight for is I will always fight for the fact that for people to be able to defend themselves, the good people to defend themselves from evil. When people start boiling it down to race is when I got a fucking issue, because race has nothing to do with it. The skin color has nothing to do with it. There's good and bad in everybody. It doesn't matter. It depends on the person. You're going to have bad shit happen. You cannot erase bad shit. You can try to. You can look at history, and here's the problem: we're erasing history. But if you look at history, you look at Germany. They pulled all the guns out of Germany, and then they killed a bunch of fucking people that couldn't defend themselves, that weren't with Hitler's plan. Tokyo did the same fucking shit. Pulling guns from people is a bad idea, because then you're weakening your race, and you're making it easier to corrupt your race, to corrupt the people of that country. You're making it that much easier, and to me, that's bad. It's really bad. You're losing the free-thinking people of your country.
True indeed.
I would rather, let me put it this way. I would stand side by side with you, James, Jerry, LT, Kraken, Broke, Alicia, and some other people that I know, stand side by side with fucking semiotic weapons ready to go to fucking war than I would with 30% of the people I know standing in the town that I live in. Because I trust you guys. Does that make sense?
I don't know if I trust Jerry with a gun. Jerry's a little sketchy.
You might have a problem there.
Nah, that's my brother though, man.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, I I hate. I
I
want to
don't.
see good people be able to defend themselves.
You know,
That's
it's
why
funny.
I defend gun rights.
I don't think you would get James to pick up a gun though.
No, James would probably hide behind me while I shot motherfuckers. Dude, JD, they're right there. Shoot them. I could see James doing that. Bro could probably do the same thing.
Oh man, nah. You know what, James. You know, James would probably be like, "Listen, guys, is there any way that we can talk this out? All right, is there any way we can solve this without violence?" He's like, "Look, you know, there've been a few people who tried that in history. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, you know, people got shot down. That's not what we want.
No, it's
Definitely
not.
not what we want. You know, but yeah, shit happens.
The one thing I will say when it comes to these school shootings, and this is where I have a problem with Mr. David Hogg, is his friend, the chick that has her head shaved, openly admitted, and so did David Hogg, of picking on this kid for the last 3 years. They have bullied this kid, bullied him. And you didn't expect him to snap eventually? Like, you can only push people so far before they snap. So you've been bullying him for 3 years, you and however many people, and you didn't expect him to snap. That's the problem I have. Stop the bullying. I bet the mass gun shootings at schools goes down to pretty much zero. That's the problem I have. These kids, they have all the parents in government and everything in their back pocket, and they know it, and they have no consequences for their own actions until shit goes south, and then they use that as a victim status, and it's fucking shit up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, I've never been a bully, never liked bullies, you know. I had I had one person try to bully me when I was in junior high school. It didn't work out for him too well because I just happened to know people in the school who were I don't know. I know people. I know people in the school who
Knew some shit.
trying to say how do I put this without possibly incriminating anyone. But let's just say, you know, bullying me would
You
just
bad.
it was not a good idea.
I got bullied. Um, I got bullied a lot. Even getting bullied though, I never in my mind thought about killing people. That never crossed my mind. I did hit a couple people with lead pipes in the ribs, a couple broke 2 4s over some backs, a couple rocks to the head. But a gun was never, not even a knife was a resort of my thought process. But I hurt a lot of people. I wasn't scared to hurt you. I would make sure you lived another day, but those next 2 weeks were agonizing. I'm the little guy. I mean, dude, when I was in elementary school, middle school, I think I was 75 pounds. I was tiny. I was little. I got picked on. I had to learn how to defend myself. I had big friends. They picked on me just as bad as the bullies did. I had to whip their ass too. Like, I just had to become ruthless. That's just the way that life worked. But as far as taking a life, that shit never crossed my mind. Um, I love rap music. I grew up to rap music. I grew up in the era of Tupac and Biggie and all that shit. But you have these kids today that are taking this shit way too literally. They take this shit way too far to heart. And video games, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duties, all that shit, they take this shit way too far to heart. And That's a lot of the problem too. Their parents have no discipline. They have no disciplines. You've got a lot of issues that nobody wants to address, and this is the age we live in.
Meanwhile, yeah, it definitely also falls on parents, uh, to talk to their kids. You have a lot of times where I've seen where you have kids that act out. These are kids who are looking for help, and their parents are kind of like, "All right, yeah, nah, it's cool. He'll get over it. Nah, it's not a big deal. You know, I got bullied or whatever. It's stuff that happens, or whatever may have you, and it's just like, yo, you can't. I don't know, man. It seems like in the past 15 or 20 years, man, the kids are way more sensitive than when we grew up. And now it's like you get your feelings hurt, they're like everybody's got to pay. I got my feelings hurt, and now it's beyond um it's beyond. I cool, that was a thing that happened today, but it's not gonna be a forever thing.
Right.
Now it's a thing was like I got my feelings hurt, and now people need to pay for it,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure where that kind of
I,
thinking
and
comes
it's
from.
yeah, and it's not the bully needs to pay for it, or these two or three people need to pay for it. It's literally
Everybody.
everybody, hundreds of people, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why? Why? Why do all these people have to deal with your one issue? If you got a problem with a bully, fucking walk up and jack his jaw. Kick him in the balls a couple times, break a couple ribs. You might get suspended for a couple days, but you both live. Don't fucking walk into school with a fucking pistol, shotgun, an AR-15, 30-06, 270, whatever the fuck you can grab and go shoot up 15 people. What the fuck are you trying to prove? Besides the fact that you're the biggest pussy that ever walked the planet. That's about all you proved right there. That, to me, I know that sounds insensitive. It sounds horribly, it sounds horrible. But to me, I got picked on from second grade till I graduated high school. And I fucked a lot of people up in that process in those years. But if you have to literally result to a fact of you have to go and shoot people, you're a fucking pussy. Period.
You know what? that kind of segues me into something that I wanted to talk about too. Is the Cobra Kai series.
Dude, yes.
Cobra Kai. YouTube has a YouTube Red series coming out. Continuation of the Karate Kid franchise with Cobra Kai. Johnny Lawrence is going to be the new sensei for a new generation of Cobra Kai, and he actually says in the trailer, "I'm gonna teach you, uh, you know, the, I'm gonna teach you a way of fighting that your pansy ass generation knows nothing about." So, I
Yeah. I'm almost tempted I might have to buy YouTube Red just to watch that.
look. I have YouTube Red for two main reasons. One, no ads, and then two, because I live in New York and my job requires me to travel a lot on the subway. I download the videos I want to see throughout the day, and then I get to play them, and I don't have to worry about whether I'm connected to the internet or not.
Gotcha. Give
So,
me. talk to him real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so for those of you out there who are debating on whether or not, you get YouTube Red, you feel like, oh man, it's another subscription to pay for. I don't like watching ads, if I don't have to. And being able to download a video and watch it whenever I feel like. I still have the Avengers Infinity War trailer from 3 months ago downloaded onto my phone. Because to me, that is the greatest trailer I have ever seen in my life. I've never seen another. Like, every time I watch that trailer, I get goose. Wait up. Look at this, man. I still got my damn Thanos cap here. Always keep this handy. Just because ordering another Infinity War hat, I don't even want to tell you how much that one costs, because you're going to be looking at, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this dude with all of those damn hats? But just remember, in time, you will learn what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it, run from it, destiny still arrive. Oh man. Alright, Cat. We'll see you later. Have a good night. One of these days, gotta get out to Panama. We gonna talk about all that right there. You know what? I want to hear how Cat sounds now, because I know that English is not the first or primary language of Panama. So I definitely I want to hear how Cat sounds, because I want, because I know a few people, not from. I know one person from Panama. No, was he from Panama? Yeah, I know one dude from Panama. Then a couple of other people of Panamanian descent. You know, but not actually from Panama. So one of these days, Cat, you're gonna have to show up on one of these chats. We need to hear how you say. People need to know. Alicia Kingston says, I have a serious accent fetish. Hey, listen. You're not the only one, okay? I'm in love with girls with British accents. But like more of what they call the posh accent, not the what's it, Cockney accent, when we sound like, hey governor, hello love. Like, if you don't pronounce H's in your words, we have problems. Hello governor.
What the fuck?
You missed that whole thing, JD.
I did. I missed the whole conversation there.
Cat says, I have no. See, now, how would you know if you had a noticeable accent or not?
Here's the thing I've noticed.
You don't have an accent to the people where you're from.
As I say, here's the thing I've noticed, and I live in Colorado. The Midwest, as far as accent, probably has the driest, plainest accents that have ever existed in the world. But California, New York, South America, the rest of the world has a really big accent. But you don't notice your own accent till you actually get around somebody else. Like, if I was to go to New York, I'm going to have an accent because I pronunciate every single letter in every word. Or I say something just a little bit differently, or a little bit faster, a little bit slower than what somebody in New York or California or Florida would say. and that's just the way it works.
Mm, you know what? You might get taken from someone from New Jersey or maybe Pennsylvania. You know, there's a couple of guys who I work with from New Jersey on a regular basis. You sound like you could fit in with those guys. Listen, there's one guy from New Jersey that I work with. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to put him on blast. But if you heard him, you would think he was from Alabama. Like
No shit.
like Kraken is, he's like, hey, his people are from Alabama, but he's from Atlanta, and like Kraken has to really put on the accent for you to know that he's like from
You
the
have to say
deep
yeah,
south.
when
This
when
dude
Kraken
is
gets
from New
drunk.
Jersey, and you would think that he grew up in the South as opposed to being Kraken. And I'm just like, you grew up in New Jersey, freaking Bon Jovi country and all that. How the hell did you get that accent? Like I don't know, man. Like you know how people make fun or try to emulate the way Elvis talks or
Yeah.
did talk. Like he sounds like that. Like people trying to emulate the way Elvis talks.
Holy
Like
shit.
I don't know, man. I don't know. No, this is just the way I talk.
We've got a couple of people up here that literally grew up in Colorado on a farm, whatever, and they literally talk like they're from back hills, fucking Mississippi. It's like, holy shit, boy, learn how to talk. Like you don't need to talk like this because y'all fucking think y'all from the South. No, you from fucking Colorado. Pronunciate your words real quick. We'll be cool.
Now you know it's funny because like let's see. Bruce. I mean, yes, Bruce Springsteen is from New Jersey. You know, Bruce the boss as they call
I,
him.
I think that's the first time in my life I've ever been told I have a New Jersey accent. Because to me, New Jersey sounds like you're going to go to Boston's and have a beer. I don't think I sound like that at all.
Oh, you're thinking about the Sopranos. That's why, man. No, see, like, all right, have a good night, cat. Yeah. All right, so
Like,
no, but see, look, you're thinking about Italian mobster accent. Italian
mm,
mobster accent is a thing unto itself. You know, uh, and that's not the thing that's even really like regional to to New York or New Jersey. It seems like anytime you have a supposed Italian mobster in any setting, especially if it's a fictional kind of thing, they're always, hey, listen here, guy. Look, we got some things that are going down, and look, don't make me have to call the boys on you, okay? Look, I've been you haven't been kicking up your profits to the Don, you know. Got a meeting with the capos. Hey, listen.
go swim with the
You gotta
fishes
put
real
more.
quick.
You gotta put more gravy on my scungili over here, okay, guy? What are you doing? Huh? Huh? Did I tell you to skimp on the parmesan? Huh? Still guys,
Get
huh?
that, get that Joe Pesci going real thick.
You know,
Think I'm
so
funny? Who the fuck you think I'm funny?
funny like how, huh?
Huh?
Oh
You're
man,
just a funny motherfucker.
yeah. So
Ah.
I mean, I think that's supposed to be like so that whole that impression that you got in New Jersey is supposed that's like the
Oh, I know, I know, I
yeah
know.
the stereotypical you know I am a made man accent.
Right? Nah, I've heard some Boston accents. Like Al, Red Sox has a pretty thick accent. Phil the Issues guy's got a pretty thick Jersey accent.
He's from
They, sl-
Boston.
yeah,
Yeah, Philly
they,
issue.
they,
Nah,
they
see, understand. Boston is a totally different thing too. That's that. That's that northeast New England. accent where they pronounce car Kai.
Yeah.
You know,
Kai. I'm gonna go wash. I'm gonna go wash. Yeah.
taking the car to the bar,
Go have a couple
parking the car in
beers
the
and watch
Harvey
the Cats
Yard.
game.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, but it's funny because Phil doesn't have like the super
It's
Boston
not.
accent with
It's yeah.
like
To
where
say
they
it's
won't
not
say
thick.
Boston is it's more like Boston.
Hmm.
You know.
Al's can get pretty thick at times. If you listen to Al, Red Sox fan, his can get thick real quick.
Mm. Oh man, you know what? That reminds me. There's someone I need to make fun of.
Uh
At where I used to work. She was a Patriots fan. The other
oh.
guy who sat right across from her was the Eagles fan. So, and me, you see what team I root for when it comes to baseball.
Some Yankees.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
Hey,
big.
hey,
You
as I
know,
say, it's right there. It's in purple and black.
yeah, you are forgiven in the name of the seven.
I rep my state hard, man. Like I'm do or die Colorado. That's all there is to it. I got the Broncos shirt. It's right there. Broncos. It's leading the way. Colorado Rockies. Yeah. I support my state, thick and thin, win or lose. It's just the way it works.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could go
yeah.
0 I can go 0-16 next year, and I'm still gonna talk shit about the Patriots because I'm a fucking Broncos fan. It's just the way it works.
Yo, shout out to Peyton Manning. They did him dirty in his last couple of years, but you know.
Super Bowl. We got it.
Nah, it's funny though, man. Like, cause he was with Indianapolis for the longest, brought
Hmm.
them a Super Bowl, and like he gets hurt. He was out for like what 1 year?
Yeah, broke his neck out for 1 year. They
One
cut him.
year they traded him off. Then he goes to Denver and wins the Super Bowl. Oh, Indianapolis had to be feeling so stupid after that
Not
one.
just won the Super Bowl, he set like 5 different fucking records in Denver in 1 year. Like he tore it up the first season, the first year we had it, the year we lost to Seattle in the Super Bowl, which was embarrassing as hell. I'll admit that sucked. I cried a little that game, but the leading up that whole season was phenomenal. It was fucking glorious season to watch. We tore it up. We had the most points scored in a season. We had the most total yards scored in a season. Peyton Manning had the most touchdowns, the most fucking passing yards. That team was phenomenal. Hey, Ricky, you and your Raider Nation, when you win a Super Bowl before 2030, we'll talk
Oh
because the
my
last time
god.
you won was in the 1970s. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Raiders. Have a nice day.
Oh my. You're lucky LT isn't here right now. LT would be so heated at you right now, JD. You
Dude,
you
I'll
you.
talk shit to LT too.
Mm-mm-mm.
What's he got? 1970s Super Bowl. Last time the Raiders won. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know what to tell you. The Raiders they suck in their charts. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
That's what they do best.
Oh man. Wait, Ricky, where are you from, Rick? And also David. I don't know where Ricky and David are
I
from.
think Ricky's from the East Coast, if I'm right. I think he is from the East Coast. I think he's from one of the Carolinas.
Well, shout out to the Carolinas. You know, first time
I'm
I ever
not. I'm not.
had that glorious fast food known as Sonic was in the Carol. You know what's funny? Yo, so there is no
He's
Sonic.
from North. He's
No, no,
from North
sorry.
Carolina.
There is one Sonic in New York City, and that is
One?
in Staten Island near New Jersey.
Are you serious?
One Sonic.
Holy shit! I have 4 of them from here to Junction, and that's 3 little towns before I get to Junction. There's 2 there.
Yeah, there's no Sonic. No. There's that one Sonic in Staten Island, and then like what's another Jack in the Box? There's no Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I don't
Yo,
have no Jack in the Box.
no, but like it pisses me off when I see the commercials because like you can have commercials not play in certain markets, like
Uh-huh.
where things don't exist. Like, why
And they
would you
still throw it in your
advertise
fucking
in a
face.
place where your franchise does not exist at all?
Yeah, and they still throw it in your face.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
just
get Jack
like
in the Box from Denver because Denver has 2 of them. We get them out here in the Western Slope. We got no Jack in the Box. Nothing. It's bullshit.
um, not broke. The Sonic you're talking about technically is in Long Island. That's the one in Valley Stream, and yeah, unless you have a car, just don't be bothered. Cause yeah, listen, I
It's
remember
not worth it, huh?
I was doing an internship at a studio, right? And to drive there, to drive to this place out in Queens would take me 15, 20 minutes. To take public transportation was like 2 hours
Holy shit.
because there wasn't like a direct route. I would have to take the train to like a different part of Brooklyn and then take it out to Queens and then take like 2 buses. Yeah, so and oh, there's also no Walmart in the city of New York.
No Walmart in the city of New York?
No Walmart in the city.
That's crazy.
We had a
You
Fat
can.
Burger for about a year. Fat Burger was actually pretty awesome. Yeah, we had one Fat Burger and now that's gone.
Never heard of Fat Burger. Couldn't even tell you what that is.
Fat Burger is a West Coast thing.
Ah,
The California thing.
gotcha. You know, I've come to learn like California things die about Colorado. Once they hit about Denver, they just die off. They don't make it past that. Once they hit that Colorado River, about to cross the Mississippi, it just dies. It doesn't go past the Mississippi. It's kind of funny. And truthfully, Denver, farther east than what I am from California, has more California things than what we do. California does really well in Denver areas because it's a bigger area. I mean, it's more city oriented. Western Colorado's small towns and countrified. The California scene doesn't work in Western Colorado, so when they try it, it just dies out. I've seen a lot of guys go broke trying to make shit work in Western Colorado. I actually laugh and think it's funny.
So sorry for those guys.
We're small time coal mines, dude. That's Western Colorado. Western Colorado is energy. It's natural gas, oil, coal. That's Western Colorado in a fucking handbasket. You keep pulling that shit away, half of my state dies. And it's just half that I live in. We literally die. We have no income. We have no money. It's gone. There's nothing else out in Western Colorado to live on besides energy, coal, oil, natural gas. So when you start pulling that shit and you start taking it away, you kill the state. That was my biggest problem with Obama. He was all adamant about shutting down coal mines. You fucked half my state. You literally, when I grew up in the town I live in, when I grew up here, there was over 15,000 people, which is good for a decent small town. 15,000 people. We were a 3A school. We had about 2,000 to 3,000 people in a school combined, freshmen and seniors. Now, there's 100 kids in that school. It's gone. It's dead. Nothing there. You went from 4 big thriving mines to 1 mine. It's gone. It's dead. You got 1 mine living. That's it. My biggest problem with Obama was the shutdown of the coal mines. You killed half my state by doing that.
Damn.
Yep. Because it's a trickle down effect. You shut the coal mine down, then you shut the railroad down, then you shut the energy down, then you shut the welder down, then you shut the homeowner down, then you shut the home builder down, and it's just a big rolling fucking snowball when you do that shit, and you have nothing to replace it.
Now, I thought they were supposed to be building other alternative fuel stuff in the places where they were gonna be shutting all that down.
No, they didn't do shit. They just shut it down. That was it. They shut it down. Nothing else.
I mean, well, the current administration saying they trying to bring back.
It ain't gonna happen.
Back. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's been
no. I'll tell you right now. As a moderate Republican, I think Trump's a fucking idiot. I think he's a fucking idiot. There's some things he says that I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But most of the shit he says, I think he's a fucking douchebag. He's so fucking hot-headed and full of himself that it's not even funny. He's Barack Obama, just the other side of the fence. It's the only difference between Trump and Barack Obama. It's exactly the same, except he's a Republican and not a Democrat. They're saying the same shit. Just listen to him. I mean, when Barack Obama first started running for president, his first thing was, we need to build a fence between Mexico and the United States. That was the first thing he fucking said. We need to build a fence. Hillary Clinton, same thing. That year that she was running against Barack Obama, we need to build a fence. Trump, for some reason, got away with it, and nothing's happened. There's still no fence.
You know, it's funny though, because like I've been seeing people who were big time supporters of his before saying like, I'm not gonna vote for him again unless we hit the wall.
I didn't vote for him in the fucking first place. I went, are you fucking killing? Are you kidding me? We have Hillary Clinton, ultra bitch, over here. We have Donald Trump, ultra asshole, over here.
Yeah, I literally
both go fuck yourselves.
I literally wrote abstain on my ballot.
The next election when it comes out, if it comes down to fucking Trump and whoever, just be like, tell everybody on YouTube, vote for Justin, Don Willie. That's it. Don Willie president, Justin Dillon vice president. That's what we're gonna do. Y'all can go fuck yourselves.
The Don Neutral and the Dragon party for president.
There. Oh, the Black Wolf made it in, the original Shaggy Dog. You even met him yet? He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, I know. Listen, you know, he has but if I'm thinking about the right person, he am I thinking about the right person with the wolves on the channel? Or am I thinking about somebody else?
Maybe somebody else. I'm not sure. He went by Black Wolf, the nerd. Now he's the original Shaggy Dog.
Yeah, so I might be thinking about somebody else.
You might be, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so 2020. Fuck the candidates that are actually running. Just write in Don Willie and the Dragon. We got this.
And our slogan would be, "Cause we give a fuck about your life." Cause we, no, yeah, our slogan, because we actually give a fuck.
Fuck the politics. We actually care. uh, that's great.
Oh man, oh man. Wow. See, I'm feeling less old right now. We need to do this more often because here it's after 1 o'clock and I'm not tired. Holy shit. I'm feeling charged right now. You know.
I miss these discussions where there's no purpose, no rhyme, no reason, just having fun. Just having fun.
A lot of vaping.
Alicia goes, that was a great house slogan.
Yeah.
I think it was. It was a good one.
House D&D because we give a fuck.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh man. So let's see here. You on Walking Dead or no?
No. Video game, yes. Show, no.
No.
I've kept up on the reviews of the show, and it just keeps nose diving more and more the longer it goes.
So it's funny now, right? So the executive producer that they had for the longest, Scott Gimple, is being replaced for season 9, right? By I think the what is it? By I think I think the lady was the vice president or something like that, but she's she's being moved up to the showrunner, and Scott Gimple was taking over Fear the Walking Dead. And I guess part of the whole deal now, they got Morgan going to Fear the Walking Dead. And I'm guessing this is to save the damn show because I'll be honest with you, uh, I stopped with Fear the Walking Dead after after like episode 1 of season 2. Uh, and it's funny though because like for these two shows to coexist in the same universe, the feel is so is vastly different
See,
with the two. I mean, like the colors that they use for filming are different. There seems to be this very orange kind of tinge to it. Um,
aren't they supposed to
for
be like
fear,
making a
and then like
crossover between The Walking Dead and the Fear of the Walking Dead? Like there's just supposed to be a crossover here soon, isn't there?
right, yeah. And the crossover is basically that Morgan is leaving regular Walking Dead and is going to be on Fear the Walking. And essentially the funny thing too is looking at the promos for Fear the Walking Dead, it looks like they're like, okay, we need people to know that it's the same universe. So now they've took away all the orange that they had from Fear the Walking Dead before. Because go back and watch seasons 1 and 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, and it's just like, yo, why is everything so orange? I guess they're like, okay, we're gonna get rid of the orange,
We're make it combine.
and yeah, we're gonna get rid of the orange, and now it'll look more like regular Walking Dead,
Like,
especially when we bring Morgan on. And since Morgan is such a popular character, hopefully people will start watching Fear the Walking Dead, and we won't have to cancel this shit after next season.
I think it was James that got me playing The Walking Dead, and that game it was actually a lot of fun. All the first 3 seasons I played, and it was a lot of fun. And then I went back and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give the show one more shot. And I started watching. I'm like, I can't get into it, and That was in the first season. I couldn't get into it. And like reading as it goes on, and everybody to this point in time now is like, just in the fucking show. I don't care if you kill them all off. We're tired of, oh, we found a safe place. Oh, this guy's an asshole. Oh, look, zombies. Oh, look, we found a safe place. Oh, this guy's an asshole. Oh, look, zombies. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
everybody's like, we're really tired of the repeat. Can we just be done? It's getting old.
Oh,
So I'm kind of happy I didn't fall into the Walking Dead issue.
oh, shout out to Ricky Hunt with Troll of the Night. Yeah, Ricky Hunt with his reference to the Into the Badlands. Absolutely fucking horrible show.
See, oh, wait, see, hold
Oh
on.
my god, man. They're getting to
Walking with
season
Steffi.
3.
Steffi's trying to get me into the Badlands.
Yo.
I'm trying. I've seen about 3 episodes. I'm intrigued, but I'm not hooked.
Whatever. Hiking through with Steffi?
Yeah,
What the hell has she been at? I haven't seen her in like forever.
I don't know. I talked to her a lot. Um, she had a falling out with some people, and she kind of feels like, I don't know if I should actually explain it online. I'll tell you after we're over. How about that? After we're off here, I'll tell you.
Alright.
All right.
Mm-mm. Nah, look, I'll be honest with you. Like, I tried watching Into the Badlands, and for me, I'm story over everything, and
Yeah, me too.
the story to me was just like, yo, what the fuck is this? Because for one, all right, I don't know if it's supposed to be post-apocalyptic Earth, like our Earth kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, and if it is, I wish they would explain like how did things evolve? No, Alicia, where the hell are you going? You can't just leave. What the hell you think you doing, Alicia? Please get your ass back out. All right, then you gotta go. All right, then goodbye.
All right, Alicia. Love you, sis. Have a good night. In about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say. All right, all right. Mm-mm. Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. Into the Badlands. I'm sitting up there like, yo, this is I can't do it. How dare you? I mean, like I know what it was going for, but it didn't. It rang hollow with me. It rang very hollow. Um, you know.
My biggest issue so far is I have a I train in martial arts. Like I know jujitsu, I know kickboxing, I know boxing, I know karate, I know wrestling, I know all of it, and I know the limitations that the human body can go to. I have a problem with string martial arts, which means there's a fucking cable connected here and here and here, and the guy goes 30 feet doing a fucking spin kick. I have an issue with that. I have an issue going, if you want to impress me with martial arts, do it legitly, do it realistically. The string martial arts I have a problem with. It drives me fucking bonkers, and that's my biggest problem so far with Into the Badlands is everything is string martial arts. It's the guy gets picked up, he does about 6 fucking spins in the air, he lands, he switches, he fucking elbows a couple people, and he jumps up and he does 6 more spins. I have an issue with that because I know physically your body can't do it. It drives me nuts.
Right. And
That's my problem with that show.
right, I feel you. Yeah, and that's another problem I had. I also took martial arts for years myself. Um, so I don't have a problem with string martial arts. I have a problem when the string martial arts is supposed to be set in a world where people don't have superpowers.
Okay, yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
so like Ricky Hunt is like, oh, not a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fan.
No, I'm not.
I like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but again, it's set in a world where this is a thing where people have superpowers. So I have no problem with them doing that in the setting where it's supposed to be the people have superpowers. But when it's set in a world where no one is supposed to be a super powered martial artist, then I have an issue with it. Oh, and original Shaggy Dog was asking what I'm vaping on. I'm vaping on this stuff right here, which is hold on, trying to get this. Oh,
I say I can see crunch time. Is that a
peanut butter crunch time.
nice? I have time bomb TNT. Can you see that? It's
Up a little. There we go.
apple and peach. It's actually not bad.
Okay.
No nicotine, no, because I don't want the nicotine jitters in the morning. So no nicotine.
Nah, mine is actually. This one is actually 3 mil.
I was on 1.5 when I caught pneumonia.
What at
So
one point? I've never seen less than 3. I've only
okay,
seen.
1.5 is you buy a 0 and you buy a 3 and you mix them 50-50, you get 1.5.
Okay. Oh, so that's not a native mix then. Okay.
No, it's not a native mix. You actually have to make it yourself. But that's where I was at. So when I caught pneumonia and I was down for 2 weeks and I couldn't vape or anything like that, I got to the point now where I'm like, I don't have the nicotine withdrawal. I was like, I'm drinking tonight and I plan on getting really drunk, so I want some smoke and I can't sit outside and have a cigar, so I'm gonna have some vape. That's the only reason I'm having to vape. If I could sit outside where it was warm and I could have a fucking propane fire pit going and not freeze my ass off, I would probably be outside having a cigar right now.
Nah, like listen, since smoking weed is not legal in New York, this is about the closest I'm gonna get to a buzz vaping. Unless I want to, like, cause one of my cousins, he was vaping 12 mil. I took one hit
Oh,
and
dude.
almost fucking died. I was like, the fuck is what? I'm like, how do
I
you?
was gonna
How are
get
you walking right now?
the flavor I was gonna get instead of this apple peach was raspberry and blueberry. Dude, the flavor was phenomenal. And he goes, I have 12 milliliter or 12 milligrams of nicotine. I was like, oh, you got what? He goes, 12 milligrams of nicotine. I'm like, no, 0. I want 0. He goes, all I got is the apple peach. I'm like, then we're doing the apple peach because I'm not doing 12. I
Yeah,
tried 8. Dude, when I quit smoking cigarettes, I got a 10 milliliter bottle of 18 milligrams of nicotine and threw up on it. It was that harsh. I fucking threw up on it. It was gross.
yeah. Like I said, I took one hit. My cousin had had given me. In fact, I think he gave me like an 8 mil of like grape, and I put it in one of my tanks, and I was just like, like what the fuck? I immediately dumped it out, rinsed out my tank, changed the coil and everything. I was like, no, 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 no.
Uh-uh.
That was
Shit's
only eight
horrible.
mil. I was just like, what
That
the fuck?
yeah, I started when I quit smoking, I tried the 18, that was bad. So I went to 12. I did 12 for a month. I did 6 for 3 months. I did 3 milligrams for another 6 months, 6 to 8 months, and then I got pneumonia and quit completely. So this is the first time I've vaped in about 3 weeks. I'm not gonna go back to it. I just knew getting drunk I was going to want to puff on. Tomorrow I won't want it, so that's why I didn't get the nicotine with it.
Okay.
So I've gotten to the point now I've quit.
Shaggy, nah, this tank right here is the Baby Beast.
I got that right there.
I have
Right
the
there.
Beast. I got the Baby Beast because like my mom is the one that actually got me into vaping. Because yeah, I was doing the hookah thing, and see, Broke was asking about. It's kind of like hookah, and it's funny. You know what's crazy? For like 2 or 3 years, maybe a little bit longer, hookah bars were the
Oh,
shit in
yeah. They were
hookah
huge.
bars in New York were popping up like crazy.
They were the same thing here in Colorado. There was like 7 of them over here on the western slope that I could drive to within like half an hour. It was
Yeah, and
nuts.
I mean, I couldn't tell you whether or not hookah bars are still popping because
Wait, I gotta interrupt you. Ricky Hunt has never had an omelet. Man, what the fuck? You never had an omelet?
I was just about to
Seriously?
say like, yo, what?
You've never had a fucking omelet? Seriously? Holy shit.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Okay, listen, Ricky. All right, so we gonna have to. Yeah, hold up.
Dude.
Bruh.
Oh.
Yo, Ricky. All right, so look, here's what needs to happen.
He doesn't know what it is, honestly. He doesn't know what an omelet is.
So basically, Ricky is. I mean, not Ricky. Sorry, Ricky.
Are you
Scrambled
a dwarf?
eggs.
Are you a
Like
dwarf, Ricky? I gotta ask you. Are you a
what?
dwarf?
Hold on. Omelet is like scrambled eggs. It's basically you take a pan, you put your scrambled eggs into the pan. You scramble them up first before you put them in the pan. Whisk it all away. You add your seasonings, right? Put it in the pan, and then what you do, you let it cook on the bottom. And then what you might do, if you are so inclined, to add accoutrement of your own. So you might have, you might put bacon, ham, cheese, uh,
Sausage.
t- tomatoes, whatever. You put, ingredients in there, and then you take one side and you fold it over so that it's basically like a half moon. Now, what some people do, and this is all up to you how you might want to do it. Some people will take it and they will flip the whole thing over and cook both sides and then fold it. Some
Just
people
fold it.
some people just fold it and it
Yeah.
makes the inside a little more creamy. Now, there's something I saw that I might actually try tomorrow, which is a a super fluffy omelet in which you separate the yolk and the white first. You whip both of them up until they're extra, like like almost like a meringue from lemon meringue pie kind of thing. And then you combine them back in, and you do the process of how you would normally cook your omelet.
I'm about to go to the chicken coop, kick out an egg.
See, at least
Getting
you
fucking
have like
hungry over here.
at least you have a chicken coop to do all that with, man. You
I
know.
do. I do have a chicken coop where I can go kick the chicken out and get an egg.
You know what?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing That's the thing I've never known that always wanted to ask somebody. So now that I know, because we've never had this discussion as to what you actually have in your
Okay.
backyard, right? So now that I know you have a chicken coop in the backyard.
Okay.
All right. So what is the process for having like the eggs that we eat versus letting it become another chicken? Like how
Um.
like like
Okay.
how do you
So
how do you know when you can say you can take an egg and you know that it hasn't been fertilized and is already in the process of
Basically,
becoming a chicken?
basically, the biggest thing is you get rid of the fucking rooster. You have no rooster. The egg is laid before the rooster fertilizes it. I know that's
Oh,
weird. Yeah, weird, huh? So
okay.
you
So
can get, we
basically, all right.
have,
So the chickens lay the eggs.
and then the
The
rooster
rooster comes
fertilizes
and
them.
so the chickens lay the eggs regardless.
Yeah, no matter what, chickens lay the eggs. Period. We have
Okay.
3 hens. We used to have 4 hens and 2 roosters. One of the hens got taken off by a fox,
Mm.
and one rooster got taken off by a fox, and the other rooster we cut his fucking head off because he was an asshole, and he wouldn't let you in the chicken coop to get the fucking eggs. So he gone. So we have 3 hens, and you check them daily, and daily you get 3 to 6 eggs on the day. Like some days you get just 3 eggs, some days you get 4 or 5 or 6. It all depends on the hens. You don't have to have the rooster to get the egg. The only thing the rooster does is fertilize it to make sure it grows into an actual chicken. Without the rooster, you just get an egg. Period. Nothing else.
Okay. So all right, fine. You know what? And this see that was a question I've had for a long time, and I probably should have Googled it. But I'm like, hey, you know what? See, there you go. You learn something every day. I got another wrinkle in the brain now, thanks to my man JD. You know, so
Alicia cracked me up. She goes, from what I gathered is you snatch the egg as soon as the chicken lays it. Pretty much, if you have roosters, you check that motherfucker daily. Like you walk out there daily and you grab the eggs if you want to eat them, or if you want chicks, you leave them. If you don't have a rooster, then you can check it every 2 or 3 days and go grab like a hen, 9, 10 eggs, and because the hen's still gonna sit on them and try and incubate them like they're gonna grow into a chicken. It just will never hatch. But if it sits more than about 3 days, then egg's bad, and you got to just toss it because it's gonna go rotten on you.
mm, okay.
I've walked out there. I think it was last summer. I pulled 12 eggs out of the fucking chicken coop with three hens, and I pulled 12 fucking eggs out of that bitch. Full dozen, dude. I already had 15 in the fridge. Yeah, chickens are crazy,
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
but it's nice to have.
Oh, speaking of food that needs to be refrigerated. So I was at this place, another place where I went to go do one of safety inspections or whatever, and it's a market um on Essex and Delancey Street. Pretty sure Broke probably knows where that is. Alicia might know where that is too. But there was this dude selling a jar with some truffles in it. I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 truffles. It might have been 4 truffles. You know, some expensive ass truffles that you always hear about. I asked him how much the jar was, and I thought he said $50.
Ouch.
I had a one on the front of that.
Ouch.
Yeah, and so he was like, "Yeah, these will stay fresh for 3 years if you don't open the jar. If you open the jar and put them in the fridge, they'll stay fresh for about a year,
Say truffles, you
refrigerated."
gotta cook them quick.
So, me never had like the closest thing I've had to any truffle things is I got some truffle salt. You know me, I'm the salt king, so I gotta have the magnificent sauce, right? So for like 5 ounces or 6 ounces of this truffle salt, cost me like $30. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't even tell you the last time I actually used that shit. I should have used it tonight when I was cooking. But you know what? It's so rare that that I actually use. You know what? I think when I wake up, make them damn that damn omelet, I'm using the truffle salt. But anyway, um, so I thought about it for a minute, man, because he was like, you could get one truffle for 50, or you can get these four for like $1.50, 4 or 5. And I'm like, look, I have no idea what the hell this shit tastes like. All I know is that truffles are expensive as all hell, and some reason, people. I'm like, are they really that good? It's like, nah, it's amazing. It's amazing. He was like, look, I got this truffle infused olive oil. It's like half truffle oil, half olive oil to cut it or whatever, right? I'm like, all right, let me get some. So he gives me like this extra small, like the paper cups that you might get like at like the Poland Spring, like if you see like the Poland Spring
Little ones, not this big.
not the bottles, but like the like if you're in an office building or a doctor's office, whatever, and they got the
Uh-huh.
Poland Spring thing,
Yeah, yeah,
they have
yeah,
the
yeah.
paper cups,
Yeah.
right? But except this one was like the size of a thimble, like literally the size of a thimble. So the dude pours some in, and I'm like, he's like, "Oh, taste it." I'm like, "Dude, I'm just gonna sit up here and fucking drink this shit." I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna find some bread to put this on. So I went, I got a croissant, poured it on the croissant, whatever. I was just like, I don't know if this is amazing or just weird.
Don't you love that? You
Yeah,
gotta love
I
that.
was
Like,
like, this is either very weird or it's the most amazing tasting thing possible, and I'm
like
not
you actually
sure
have to
which one it
contemplate. You
is
gotta
though.
sit there. You're like, was that the best thing I've ever tasted in my life, or is it just fucked up?
Yeah,
I
so
don't know what to think right now. This is
yeah,
fucked up.
so I'm sitting here like, all right, well, I'm gonna come back one day and I might purchase a truffle.
Dude, I gotta say, truffles, they go with certain things, and that's it.
Like
Truffle.
I might just try to stunt on Instagram and be like, look, I put truffles on my turkey sandwich, put truffles on my burger, put
That's an expensive
tru-
ass turkey sandwich.
truffles on my ice cream. I'm just throwing away. I don't have the money to throw away, but I'm throwing away money. And look, see, just have a little Instagram video like, yeah, what can we put truffles on today?
Hey, by the way, uh, uh, Ricky had a point. Is all he knows about truffles is pigs find them.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like special pigs too. It's like not like any pig, and like they're like in France or some shit like that.
I'm waiting. We got wild hogs showing up in southern Colorado. Eventually, they're gonna show up here. I'm gonna go shoot me some wild hogs. It's gonna happen. Have some fresh pork chops, some fresh ribs. Yeah, fresh sausage. It's gonna happen.
It's funny. Like I haven't eaten pork in like over 20 years because I've never been a big fan anyway, and
I'm
like
having pork tomorrow.
hmm?
I'm having pork tomorrow.
Nah,
Putting that shit.
I've never been a big fan anyway, and it's like every time I think about like maybe I should have a bacon cheeseburger or near a McDonald's. It's early in the morning. I need to get something right before work. I'll hop in and I'm like, hey, definitely got to get hash brown because you can't have a McDonald's breakfast without a hash brown.
Right?
and like all the sandwiches either have bacon,
Or
Canadian
sausage.
bacon, or sausage. And I'm sitting up there like, it's like I kind of want to jump back into it. But then it's like, nah, I went this long without it. I'm good. And like my mom, she used to, she used to, cook pork, not a lot, but enough. And like my room was like right above the kitchen, so my room would be inundated with the smell. And I'll be honest with you, smell of pork makes me nauseous. Um,
It happens, I guess.
yeah. So
I'm throwing the. I got a chickie coming over tomorrow, and she wanted some smoked ribs, so I got some applewood. It's actually right here. Applewood, that shit. Some pork ribs
mm,
in the fridge, already seasoned. I'm throwing them on the smoker tomorrow for about 7 to 8 hours. I like pork though. I've always liked pork. I know people that don't like pork, so I mean it's not unusual to run across somebody that doesn't like it. So
yeah, like I said, the
it
the
is what it is.
smell makes me nauseous. And oh man, so I remember 2001. 2001. So this is a crazy story. So I remember for years hearing about how bad chitlins smell when they're being cooked. But like I had never experienced the smell for myself. And my aunt, this is the for the 6 months when I lived in Virginia, I stayed with my aunt and uncle down there. I remember my aunt was cooking them one day, and I could smell it before I even got to the door, and I was just like, yo, that's what it smells like. I was just like, holy shit! How in the world can anybody eat anything that smells like that? Oh my god! I
You've never.
slipped out.
Here's the thing.
Mm,
Um, you've never smelt venison when it's in breeding season. About the end of October, deer go into breeding season,
mm-hmm,
and a buck's neck will swell about 2 to 3 times its size, and it has a lot of adrenaline running through it. I
mm-hmm.
can't eat deer after that. Um, that is, you'll actually enjoy the smell of pork after that smell. That is the nastiest thing that has ever existed. I can't eat deer. I can hunt deer from September till October 21st, but after that, from October 21st till December something, that is probably the nastiest thing you'll ever smell in your life.
Mm.
It'll make you puke. It's fucking disgusting.
I mean, I don't know. Have you ever smelled chitlins before?
Yeah, my buddy Jake used to cook them. They're not that bad actually. If he cooked them right. They were fucking good.
Oh, I don't know the smell. I was just like, oh god. Oh, I was like,
That's
I'll be back in like a few hours after you air this place out. I was like,
we
yo, the
we had to
smell.
we had to open windows, and yeah, the smell's stout. The flavor's good. The smell's stout. I'll
I
agree
was
with you.
just like, I don't understand how in the world could anything that smells that bad possibly taste good? I don't. Oh god. Oh god. That was. Oh man.
That's probably why I don't eat it anymore, because the smell. I agree with you, but no, I that's I a late October, anywhere between late October to early December buck in the state of Colorado. I suggest never shooting it and trying to eat it because you won't get it down. It's nasty. Oh
Listen,
my God.
look.
I love venison too. I love venison from September till the middle of October. After that, I won't touch it. Oh, I've had caribou. Don't eat
Mhm.
caribou. That shit's nasty too.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
I know one thing, man. You guys out there who love your pork products, you guys better hope I never truly get an Infinity Gauntlet in real life,
I
because
was gonna
I'm
say
going to snap my fingers
I'm gonna
and
cook some bacon.
and all the pork will be gone.
Oh, you're gonna kill me, man. That's gonna be.
Oh,
You're gonna be. It's the death of me. Gosh, I love me some bacon.
oh
Damn
God.
it.
Oh, the smell. Oh,
I love you, but you're gonna take my bacon away. What am I
listen.
gonna
You know
do?
what? There's beef bacon. You can have beef bacon.
It's not the same.
Oh God. Mm,
I love me some pork ribs and,
mm.
and a pork sandwich. Like, man, you're gonna kill me. Can you just get rid of the people that eat the fucking guts? I'm good with that. Just leave me some bacon and some ribs.
Nah, cause see, if that you saying, can I get rid of the people? If that's the case, I gotta get rid of my mama. Then, nah, man, I'm not. Come on, man.
Oh, damn it. All right, keep your mom, but get rid of everybody else. I don't know. Just don't take my pork away. Oh.
Mm. Wait, hold on. Wait, Thanos. Thanos, what do you have to say about this?
Ah, take my bacon.
In time, you will know what it's like to not have pork. To feel to crave so desperately for bacon and not be there.
Guess I'm just
Dread
gonna have to
it,
smoke deer and elk.
run
Fuck it.
from it. Turkey bacon still arrives.
Yeah. It's so dry and crispy. It's nasty. Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't do turkey bacon. Oh God.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just oh man.
I can't do turkey bacon. It's making my stomach turn. My mom and my daughter love turkey bacon.
uh, well, apparently Ricky does not. I like turkey bacon, but
I
you know
don't
what's the
like
one
I
the
don't I don't like the smell of turkey bacon.
you know what's
I,
the crazy thing, man. So I keep on forgetting about that whole L-tryptophan thing. And so, like, I wound up staying up late on Thursdays finishing up paperwork for my job to go turn it in on Friday. And like this Friday, what happens? I go get turkey bacon, egg and cheese on a croissant. I'm already, not super, you know, alert as it is. And then I go get a sandwich that has turkey on it. And the next thing you know, I'm sitting at my desk in the office trying to fill out or finish up and check over paperwork, and I'm just there like, huh? Wait, what, what? And I'm like, why the hell am I so damn tired? And I thought to myself, you just had a sandwich with turkey bacon on it. That
MSG.
L-tryptophan is just come like no. Rock by Danny on the streets. I'm like, oh god.
That shit
And
will
then what made
knock
it
you
even
out
worse?
quick.
But what makes it even worse is I totally forgot about all that. And what did I do for lunch? I went and got a turkey burger. And why did I wind up getting a turkey burger? Because I got people who keep on saying no meat on Friday, no meat on Friday, and I'm like, why the fuck am I listening to people about No Meat on Friday? I don't even subscribe to to their same beliefs, but they got in my head with the whole No
Don't
Meat on
don't let him
Friday
do
thing.
that.
So I'm like,
Don't let him do that. Oh no. Here's the thing, man. I don't care what you eat, what you believe, and do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. That's the only way to get around in this world. If you start following people and actually believing in what people say, that's about the point in time you lose yourself. Do what makes you happy. Fuck that. You only get one life on this fucking world. Do what makes you happy. We have no idea. I'm convinced, and there are probably some people in the chat room that'll disagree with me. I love you guys, but you'll probably disagree with me. I'm still convinced that when we die, we're going to see eternal blackness. Like it's done, it's dead, it's over. That's it. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I'm hoping I'm proven wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it's going to end up. But you live your life once. Do what makes you happy, and enjoy your life. As long as you're not hurting somebody else, then do what makes you happy. Who cares? Who cares? That's the problem I have with, and this is gonna piss me. This is the problem I have with religion. Is religion is so you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. That's my problem. I don't believe in that. I believe in if I'm a good person and I follow how I feel in my heart and I treat people how I need to treat them and I want to be treated, then we should be okay. Me and God should be on equal terms. Uh, I shouldn't have to go into a building for that shit. That's where I differ. As far as I'm considered, like Catholicism, Islam, Christianity, that shit gets way too strict for me. I can't abide by it. It's too strict. If God thinks I'm that bad of a person because I can't believe in the holy books, then I guess me and him are gonna have an issue. And when I get to hell, I'm just gonna have to tell the devil how it is, and me and him will have a fucking issue. That's how it's gonna work out.
you know, it's the one thing, yeah, that I find funny about the whole thing with religion and people's kind of blind allegiance sometimes is that believe what you want to believe, right?
Yeah,
But I think that people a lot of times fall into the trap of blind allegiance without fully understanding what it is that they are subscribing to. You know, and I think it's because like we want to believe that there is more to the world than what we actually see.
yes,
Um, and like I remember years ago, and damn it, the fact that I'm about to utter this phrase 20 years ago, um, I was desperately trying to be a believer, to be a religious person because I thought that is what good people did. You go to church, you read the Bible, pray, and all that stuff, right?
yep,
And at the time this was happening, there used to be a show that came on the History Channel called Mysteries of the Bible, which was narrated by Leonard Nimoy. And I just remember like there being a couple of instances where there were things that came up on the show, and I was like, "Wait, this is what it says." Because like it seems to me, and I can't speak for everybody in every church, obviously, but like every church that I've ever been to, it seemed as though like people would read what it was that the pastor kind of told them to read and no further. And it was always whatever is there, you don't question. As it is what it is, done for, don't question it. Um, you know, but when this show came on, and it was the one thing that got me that I will remember till my dying day was when it brought up the fact that there are two versions of the Noah's Ark flood story in the Bible, and both of them say uh, two kind of it's similar, but there are differences, and like I never knew that there were two versions, and when I saw that I was like, yo, hold up, wait, how are there two different versions of the same story in this book, and we're supposed to believe like they both can't be right? That's the thing I was like, they both can't be right.
Probably
Uh,
because they're not.
oh yeah, and Wakanda Forever, word for real. Um, yeah, for those of you who may not know, that's listen, that's a you know, I'm giving out trade secrets right now, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
It is.
I don't think anybody's really gonna notice, but yeah, man. Uh, you know, that's yeah, Wakanda Forever. That's the new. That's the kind of like
I
the
gotta
new.
watch. I
It's
gotta
kind of like the
watch
new
that. I
Black
haven't seen
Panther.
it yet. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh
I
man,
just got
nah.
done watching
Listen,
Ragnarok. Dude, Thor's Ragnarok was fucking hilarious.
I mean,
I
listen.
like
If you
that.
like the Marvel movies, I would definitely say you should be checking out Black Panther, and
As soon
especially
as it comes
because it
out, I'm gonna
seems like
buy it.
Wakanda is going to play a huge part in Infinity War.
Yeah,
You
it
might be
seems like it's
lost
got a
as
big
all
one.
hell for not seeing Black Panther.
Dude, I gotta admit, when Iron Man dropped, what, 10 years ago, I was like, all right, cool. Marvel's gonna start doing something. And it just, you got Iron Man, and then you got Captain America and Avengers, and it just kept building and building and building and building and building and building. I was like, oh, they're actually following the comic books. Like, they're gonna do something here. Awesome. And I was very proud to see the way they did Spider-Man, because I was very disappointed in the Spider-Man 3 killed me. It was fucking horrible. The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield was pretty good, but what is it? Tom Arnold?
Holland.
Arnold? Yeah, he's doing a really good job as actual Peter Parker. He's got the geekiness going on. He's doing a really good job. Tobey Maguire had a very good job till Spider-Man 3, and it dude, you cannot have that 70s show kid be fucking Venom. It doesn't work. It doesn't. It can't work. Fucking horrible.
Indeed. Oh, whatever. Real quick, shout out to Alicia Kingston. Have a good night. AK, you already know what the deal is. Wakanda Forever.
But but yeah, following Marvel, following Iron Man and Captain America, and then Thor, and then Spider Man, and now we got Black Panther and the Avengers and everything. It's been awesome. It's been really good. I'm really 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 happy to see how everything's going and how everything's working. So I got to see Black Panther before Infinity Wars, because they're following the comics and they're making it make sense. I love DC comic book wise. Movie and show wise, it's a bunch of fucking shit. It's crap. I can't stand it.
Yeah, unfortunately, DC's movies have been trash. I don't. Oh man, I feel bad because
I
like
last
I don't know, but
I
I've always been a Marvel head though, man. I've always been more of a
I
Marvel head than
I'm a
DC.
I'm a big Batman fan because of Joker and because of the Riddler. Love it. Heath Ledger, if he had stayed alive, I think could have played a big and made Suicide Squad better. Um, Suicide Squad, I watched the first 20 minutes of it. The Joker showed up. I shut the fucking movie off. I took it back to Redbox.
Mm-mm.
It. I understand he was trying to pull a different side of the Joker. The Joker is the anarchist. It's who he has been. That's who he always has been. It's who he's always will be. Heath Ledger fucking pulled it off best. You can't do this gangster Joker and expect it to work when you have a bunch of diehard fans that know exactly who the Joker is and knew that Heath Ledger pulled it off. That's the reason he won supporting actor, the only fucking supporting actor in a comic book movie to win it. He won it for a reason because he was that good. He pulled it off that well. And then you try to pull the crap with Leto and it doesn't work. There will never be another Joker that can pull off that shit. So you need to move past the Joker and try something else. Unfortunately, with DC, you have very limited villains outside of the Joker that are that good, besides the Riddler and a couple others. Marvel's villains are better than DC's to put them to screen.
Yeah, yeah. But shoot, listen, Spider-Man 3 was trash.
It's fucking horrible. And Brooks, you got a point. When you have Gotham on fucking Fox that's beating the shit out of the fucking uh, DCU, what do you expect? You know, Gotham on Fox is doing better than the DCU.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't watched Gotham for, like the past 2 seasons. Um, yeah, I haven't watched Gotham for the past 2 seasons.
It was
So
kind of funny. You have in the second season, I think you remember because you watched the second season. You remember that character they introduced, Jerome,
yeah, I mean,
the
I've seen
kid
like I
from
think now
Chile.
they've made him officially the Joker or whatever.
He was the twin brother. They pulled him as twins. You had Jerome, and Jerome was the main character for a couple seasons. Then you have Jeremiah, and Jerome pulled this little fucking trick on Jeremiah where like this gas got sprayed in his face, and now you have the Joker and Jeremiah's dead. It was kind of a cool little fucking, or Jerome's dead. It was actually kind of a cool little twist how they worked it all out. I gotta give him props on that one.
I mean, I'll be honest with you though. I'm not a big fan of the dude who plays Penguin. Not because I think he's a bad actor, just like I don't like the
I
characterization
don't
of the
I don't
Penguin.
like the Riddler. I don't like the Riddler on Gotham.
The
That's the reason I
Riddler
go
for
watch
me
it.
was hit or miss. Once they started having him talking to himself and all that, I was like, all right, this is they kind of jumped the shark with him. But who else was it I wasn't a big fan of? Um oh, when they killed off Nora Freeze,
Yeah, that was kind
I
of
was like,
fucked up.
wait, what the hell? They killed off Mister Freeze's wife? Like
That was pretty fucked up.
what?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's part of his
Uh,
whole motivation for doing everything he does.
is
You
his
can't.
wife.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
See, like, I like the Joker. I really was. I'm a huge fan of the Joker. I'm a huge fan of the Riddler. Those are my two favorite villains when it comes to Batman: Joker and the Riddler.
Mm.
I haven't seen the Joker play out, but I saw the Joker, the transformation of him talking to himself and or the Riddler and actually becoming the Riddler. he wasn't that good. I gotta see how he is now, but from what I've seen, Jim Carrey was close to the Riddler, but he was too comical to be the Riddler. He needed
Right.
to be a little more villainous, a little more dark, and I think Jim Carrey could have pulled off the Riddler without Tommy Lee Jones or Arnold Schwarzenegger. You just make Jim Carrey the Riddler, make him a little darker, get rid of the TV fucking whatever the fuck the thing suction thing was they were sticking in their brain. Get rid of that and actually make him a villain. I think Jim Carrey could have pulled it off. I think he would have done a really good job. But they made it too comical and they fucked it all up.
Yeah, Joel Schumacher. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the fucking suction thing to the I never understood the fucking suction thing to the head. It it never made sense to me.
Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher ruined the Batman franchise. I mean,
He killed it, didn't he?
but
He
honestly
fucked it
speaking,
all up.
I mean, like the crazy thing about it is, yo, what's this dude? That directed the first two, Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Tim Burton actually fucked up a bit with his rendition for Batman Returns, with what he did with the Penguin and Catwoman. Because
Yeah.
Catwoman is just a burglar. She doesn't have superpowers with 9 lives. And Oswald Cobblepot was not like just some freak that was thrown out in the streets. He was he was a gangster. He was, straight up and down. The
Yeah.
Penguin was
Yep.
was just a gangster.
Yeah. He was a badass. He was people were legitimately scared of what he could do to you. And I think that's one thing I will give props to when it comes to um, Gotham is the actor. I don't think fits what they're trying to do with him as far as the Penguin's concerned because they're trying to pull that gangster mentality with the Penguin, but I don't think the character works it out right.
Yeah, not with that particular dude.
No.
Um, like for one, he's got way too much of a nasally voice.
Yes.
You know, and that's the thing that kind of gets me. Then, plus the Penguin is supposed to be like a short, fat dude as well, and it's like this dude totally is not that guy. I
No,
understand
but
different take on the character, but it's like,
I think if I think if he could pull the attitude like the actual gangster, what they're trying to do with him, like he's trying to form the group, and if they could actually pull that attitude with him, it would work. But instead, they kind of make him whiny and cry, and it just doesn't work. That's my problem. If they actually made him the gangster, I think that character, I even think that guy could pull him off. They just kind of make him a baby and whine and cry like the third season or the second season when he became the mayor. All he did was cry about shit. And it's like, man, shut the fuck up. You're supposed to be a bad guy. Quit being a little bitch about shit. Be a fucking bad guy. And he wouldn't be a bad guy.
oh, it's funny. Shaggy Dog saying that they're making Star Wars too comical. Star Wars is a fucking travesty right now.
Dude, I watched The Last Jedi. I listened to The Last Jedi and then I watched The Last Jedi. And I'll say this The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi have so much potential to be the best movies that were ever made for Star Wars, and they fucked it all up. Disney fucked it all up. When I can say the prequels are better than 6 and 7 or 7 and 8, we got a problem there. because Darth Vader is my favorite villain of all time. Anakin's story line is fucking phenomenal. The problem is George Lucas tried to pull Jar Jar Binks into that situation. If you wouldn't have pulled Jar Jar Binks into that situation, the first 3 movies would have been perfect. They'd have been fucking perfect. Take Jar Jar Binks out of the first 3 movies, you got the perfect Star Wars situation going on. And then you fall into the next 3, it's going fucking perfectly. And then you get into what we have going on now. Man, it had so much potential with Ben Solo and Rey, and you're trying to make a really, really fucked up love story, and you're gonna make it work, and Disney's gonna make it work. They really are gonna make it work, and that's the problem.
I mean, but the thing about it is, like, Rian Johnson really screwed this trilogy.
Yeah, he did. He fucked it up.
Like, now mind you, I had problems with The Force Awakens, but the problems that I had with The Force Awakens, I think there was a way to salvage some of the things, right?
If Abraham would have stayed in control of the series, you could have fixed it. He had a heartbeat at least going into The Last Jedi.
Right.
Johnson put it flatlined. He
right,
flatlined.
And the thing about it with that is there were so many things that were set up in The Force Awakens. And Rian Johnson totally was like, yeah, he basically did with The Force Awakens what he had Luke Skywalker do with his lightsaber.
Dude,
You know, he
when Luke comes out and goes, "That's not my Luke." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And you heard Mark Hamill was like, "Yo, I don't even care about if they put me in any more of the movies now."
Yeah, like people are like always he's rebuttaling what he said earlier. His first emotions, his first reactions after he got done shooting The Last Jedi were the most purest form of an actor's reactions to a story that he loves could have ever been. The reason he's retracting and going, "Oh, I'm sorry," is because Disney went, "Shh, here's a couple more $1 million. Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, basically. But
That's all there's to it.
No, I guess he got all the money he's gonna get now or something. Because, like I said, very recently, they asked him about, you know, like what he thinks about all of this, and he's like, "Yo, look, they didn't give me the moment that I thought I should have had. You know, the reunion with Han and Leia and Luke." You know, he was,
Yeah.
and Mark Hamill said it best. He was like, "Look, even if it was a thing where Luke didn't get to save Han, at least if he got to see him one last time."
Yeah, that's the difference. At least he showed up. Why couldn't we do why the fuck these books have been out for the last 40 fucking years? Why can't you stick to the fucking books that are already written? Why can't you?
They don't want the fans to be able to predict.
They're following to predict. They're following the last 3 movies, last 6 movies. The last 6 movies have been exactly the same. Oh look, Anakin is a good guy. Anakin's a bad guy. Anakin's Darth Vader. Oh look, we have Ben Solo. Ben Solo's a bad guy. Ben Solo's a good guy. No, he's a bad guy. Ben Solo's going to be a good guy. That's how the movies are going to work. Ben Solo's going to be a good guy.
I think because you know what's funny, people are putting a lot of this on Disney, where I don't think that it's Disney that's really doing it. Because remember, Disney owns Marvel.
Yes.
and Marvel is not screwing
But
things
Disney
up.
just bought Marvel. Like, they haven't made two movies with them. They've only
No,
made.
they made more than two movies. The only let's see here.
I thought it
Ever
was.
since
I thought it was.
hmm?
I thought it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Ragnarok, and Panther was the only three movies that they've made with Disney.
No. Disney has owned Marvel since just after the first Avengers movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
because
I thought it
remember,
was later than that.
after the first Avengers movie is when we got Agents of Shield.
That's true. You're right.
So
You're
yeah,
right. You're right.
Disney owned Marvel since like either they bought them right before Avengers or right after Avengers. So the whole thing with that is, people are saying like, "Oh, no, it's Disney, Disney, Disney." It's like, no, Disney is giving these
But
people
it's the
free
writers
reign.
that Disney's hiring to write Star Wars.
Right. That's what I'm
J.J.
saying. Like,
Abraham and Johnson shouldn't have wrote those two movies.
well, the thing
They
about it, like, so apparently Abrams had an outline. He had a complete story arc for the characters. And Ryan Johnson, when he came in, said, "No, I'm doing my own thing."
see. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. You hire JJ to produce the first movie, and he writes out an outline. Disney approves it for the next two movies. Why in the fuck would you let somebody stray from the storyline that you've already approved? Like, I listened to The Last Jedi and I watched The Last Jedi, and I was extremely confused throughout the whole Last Jedi because nothing besides Snook fucking trying to destroy the rebellion made sense. Nothing made sense. In that whole fucking movie, the whole fucking book, nothing made sense. Nothing at all. It almost kind of contradicted each other completely. It was horrible.
Oh shit,
It
Jerry's here.
oh shit. It almost makes me want to not want to watch the conclusion of this shit because if the sequel didn't make sense, how's the third movie going to tie into all this?
Uh, yeah, talk about your Herculean task. Yeah, shout out to Jerry the Targaryen Steamboat in the building. And yeah, broke. Disney does own Rebels, man. That's all. Disney
Rebels has
owns
been
everything Star Wars, everything Lucasfilm, in fact, which means that they actually also now own the Indiana Jones
yep.
franchise, I believe.
They do. They own everything Lucas. Everything Lucas. They bought everything Lucas.
I'm surprised they haven't decided to do a young Indiana Jones.
They will. Give them time.
Oh man, oh man.
Just give them time. It'll happen eventually. Dude, Star Wars. Well, here's the problem with Star Wars. Um, I'm gonna watch it because it's fucking Star Wars. That's the problem. I hate it and I love it and I'm gonna watch it. I mean, we are the generation of Vader and Anakin and the Old Republic, which was such a phenomenal story. I'm gonna finish it. Now, am I gonna go past this Rey and Kylo fucking bullshit? I don't know, but I'm gonna finish this story. After that, the Ryan Johnson trilogy that he supposedly has fucking written, I don't know if I can watch it. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: if he does the Old Republic, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed off. Really pissed off.
Now, if anything, I think they would give the Old Republic to Dan and Dave,
I
which
don't want Dan and Dave to
I'm
have
not
that
too
either.
happy about that one either. Um, but you know what's funny? Like I remember when Dan and Dave got announced, I remember seeing a meme on Twitter, and they were like, "Well, the good thing about Dan and Dave doing their own Star Wars trilogy is that they won't have any source material to fuck up."
That's completely fucking true. Disney made sure that it's all wiped clean. Um, Ricky, um, um, hey, I'm not gonna go watch the Solo movie. I can't. I Rogue One was bad enough. I can't bring myself to go watch the fucking Solo movie. They're gonna destroy Han Solo. They're gonna do it. Whoever's writing it's gonna fucking kill him. I can't go
Well,
watch
you
it.
know what the thing about it is, they got the look that dude Alden Ehrenreich has absolutely no charisma,
No, not at all.
no charisma whatsoever,
They
and
had they had a kid, and I can't remember his name. He, I've got him on YouTube. I'll send him to you tomorrow, and he can do Han Solo, and he does Harrison Ford really well, and he does Robin Williams like. You can look at this kid. If they would have put him as young Han Solo, he would have looked just like Harrison Ford in his fucking 20s. Do you know who I'm
I know,
talking
yeah, I
about?
know who you're talking about. I've seen because
Yeah,
he does
the
the
Vine
scene
shit.
where he first when Han first meets up with Luke and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. He does. Oh my God, he fits the fucking role perfectly. And he auditioned for it, and they picked this fucking douchebag over him. This guy
And
has charisma, and he acts like Han Solo. And you pick a guy that doesn't have either of them. I don't give a shit. I'm done. Done. I can't. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm done. It sucks to say. I'm done. I can't. It fucking sucks. It's
well,
almost
yo,
heartbreaking.
so Jerry is asking, buy or sell, who is going to have the better trilogy, Dan and Dave or Ryan Johnson? Um,
I don't know because I don't know if I can bring to watch either of them.
oh,
I don't know. I don't know if I can watch either of them.
look, you know what? I've never seen everything Ryan Johnson has done so far has all been one off,
Yep.
right? So, unfortunately, just because of I guess track record, I would have to give it to D&D because at least they have experience with a prolonged story where it's not just self-contained to one movie. Uh, Now here's the question, but see, and the question was who's going to have the better trilogy, not who's actually going to make good movies,
This is true.
because at the end of the day, D&D's uh, movies might be better than Ryan Johnson, but that still doesn't mean that they're going to be good movies.
That's 100% true.
One thing I can say for all parties involved is that they do they do take their time with making sure that things look good,
Yeah, they
right?
will.
Like you
Yeah,
can't say, "Oh, okay, that just looked like absolute trash, top to bottom." Like excuse me, there hasn't been not a single episode of Game of Thrones to where you can say, you know what, that just looked cheap. Now, mind you, the pilot actually has a different look than the rest of the series, and that happens with a lot of pilots. So that's understandable. That can be forgiven. They didn't have the same budget, and they actually had to go back and reshoot a lot of it
Hmm.
because the original pilot they did apparently
It
was
failed
trash.
horribly.
But then after that, everything else has a consistent look,
When you
and
have to change 6 out of your 12 actors in the first episode, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I mean, that was bad. When you shoot the first episode and half your actors are gone, and you got to replace them with the other ones because it didn't work.
oh wait, what you call it? Broke is out of here. Broke, catch you later, bruh.
Take it easy, bud.
Yeah, man. Maybe we'll talk Legion after the season is over.
You should do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, look, and I mind you, even with Game of Thrones, um, is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination with the
No.
visuals, because the visuals, they're a lot like they put a lot of small details in, but there's still a lot of stuff about it to where, like, when you read the books and the descriptions of things in the books, and then you go look at other things that are supposed to be like medieval history kind of things. The whole thing with them having knights, it's a little shaky the way that the way that they're realized on screen. There are times where they do wow me, where it's like, oh, okay, wow, that is actually very good. And then there's
Yeah.
other times where it's just like, okay, it's
The the
it's
thing that
passable,
disappointed me.
but it never looks like it never looks just absolute terrible. So
No, it's never horrible. Um, the best thing you have is it's either mediocre or it's great when it comes to D&D as far as their visuals and everything. The one thing that pissed me off, and then one thing that I was happy about, same scene. Go to books and you go to the show. Um, you have Drogon flying around the stadium. In the books, he flies around, he lands, he kills a couple people, he takes a couple fucking spears to the neck, he takes off. And Danny pulls the spears from his neck and he's flying around and he's fine. In the show, he comes through, he burns some people, which the visual was fucking phenomenal. He takes a couple fucking spears to the throat, the neck, and then he's a bitch for the next 3 days. Like, come on, man. You have this perfect outline, perfectly written for you, just like Dorne. Just like Dorne. You had the perfect fucking outline written for you, and we got bad pussy.
listen, I don't even
like,
want to talk about that. I don't even. Nope.
like,
I don't.
you,
Nope. I don't want to do it.
but that's the problem I have with D&D is you have these perfect outlines written for you, Dorne, Drogon and Daenerys, Aegon, Jon Snow, and you fuck them all up. And you want me to go, they're going to do good with Star Wars.
Like I said,
No, they, they had the outline and fucked it up, and now they don't have an outline. They're gonna really screw it. they're gonna fuck it up horribly, horribly. I don't think I can watch it. I really don't. I can't do it. I can't. I'm over. Once episode 9 drops, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm in Star Wars right there on a decently gracious note. Not even a happy note, just a gracious note. I can't go any farther than that. I'm done. They've burnt me out.
I mean, listen, I don't plan on watching episode 9. Um,
I gotta finish it. That's why I'll watch it. I
and
gotta finish it.
and you know what's the thing? Because I have episode 7 Blu-ray, right? I haven't purchased episode 8 on Blu-ray, and I have Amazon points. I could get it for free using my Amazon points, but I don't want to waste my Amazon points on that trash.
I don't blame
You know,
you.
like I've told people, like did like when I do my Ice and Fire opinions, every now and then I get like AU Pack Mule or a couple other people will come in and troll me about Star Wars, and I'm like, look, if you want me to review The Last Jedi and give it another fair shake, I will do that. If someone else buys the Blu-ray and sends it to me.
Dude, I laughed. I get on fucking YouTube 2 weeks ago and I bought The Last Jedi and watched it. And I get on YouTube and fucking Tony Teflon's like, The Last Jedi is the worst fucking movie that Star Wars has ever made. Why did I waste my money on this? And I went, I kind of feel the same way. Why? There was so much potential. There was so much potential that they could have done to make that movie really good.
And you know what's the worst
And
part
they made
about
it
that?
horrible.
You know what's the worst part about that whole thing though? Is that critics that I trusted.
99.
I mean, like now mind you, a lot of a lot of times when it comes to critics, you know, I'm like, all right, some of you people I know are bought and paid for,
Yep.
right? But when there are critics who I know don't necessarily have a vested interest because those dudes aren't getting, they're not getting what you call it, like perks or anything like that. Uh, but they still said, "Oh, this was a masterpiece," and all this stuff. I was, oh my god! When I went to go see the movie, yo, there's a few of them who I was like, "Yo, man, I would love to punch you in the face for being such a fucking bitch made soybean latte motherfucker."
All right. Original Shaggy Dog, man. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
Yeah,
Ricky
Shaggy.
Hunt.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we'll
go ahead.
catch you later. Oh, we got a question from Jerry here.
Oh.
Jerry wants us to put some respect on his name. Um,
I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna try.
let's see.
I'll
He's
try.
like asking, when has anything HBO made not look good? How much of it is Dan and Dave? How much of it is A? I mean, well,
Okay.
here's the thing, right? HBO. I'm pretty sure the execs at HBO didn't necessarily know what they had with Game of Thrones,
I
right?
agree with that statement.
At least in the beginning. And then the numbers come back and it's like, "Oh my god, this is doing phenomenal." So I'm pretty sure at least for the first maybe 2 seasons, it was kind of a 50-50 thing.
Yep.
Because it's like, all right, we're gonna give you some money, and obviously we're gonna set you up with the right people so that this way you can at least get the ball rolling. And then after that, once it became a hit, and once it was seen by HBO that Dan and Dave are able to handle this without going crazy over budget or anything, then I think it might have became 70-30 under Dan and Dave's control in terms of the visual. At that point, once you get to like season 3, I think it's probably 70-30. You know,
I'm
uh,
sorry.
yeah.
I got to read this comment to you before you continue. Jerry just goes, fact, Dan and Dave didn't even know what they had. They didn't even know Sam was a POV character. They're right. They didn't know that Sam
I
was
mean,
a
look,
POV
yes,
character.
that is very true, right? That is very true. But I mean, when I say that HBO didn't know what they had, um, A Song of Ice and Fire was not the household name
No.
that something like a Harry Potter was.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, uh, Twilight. These were things that people who never actually read those books knew about.
No, not even close.
You know, so it was a thing that could have been it was a hit or miss thing for HBO. It was a risk that they were taking at the time by doing Game of it.
They've made their money easily.
It's not like Harry Potter where there was already this crazy frenzy for it.
No.
Or The
It,
Walking Dead. Because apparently, like, and I wasn't even aware of this because I didn't know at first that The Walking Dead was based off of a comic book.
I didn't either.
Um, but once I found that out, I also found out that Walking Dead was one of the most successful Image comic books ever. So yeah, man.
All right, another fact by Jerry. Dan and Dave didn't know what they were doing in season 1. The looks. Look at the turning with the hand. Look at how they framed the mountain. There are tricks they could have used to make look bigger, and they just failed at it.
I mean, but they weren't. You got to remember, they aren't cinematographers. So
No, they're not.
you can't really put that on them. If
They're
you want to,
storytellers.
if you want to say that maybe they could have done better with quality control, okay, um, yeah, maybe. You know,
Dan and
um,
Dave, I'll say this about Dan and Dave. Dan and Dave are storytellers, but Dan and Dave want to tell their story. They don't want to tell George's story. They're not going to want to tell Lucas's story. They want to tell their story. When it comes to Game of Thrones, we're not seeing George R.R. Martin's story. We're seeing Dan and Dave's story. That's what we're seeing. We've seen Dan and Dave's stories since the Red Wedding. They followed decently up until the Red Wedding. When the Red Wedding happened, after that, it's been Dan and Dave. George R. R. Martin no longer existed. It's been Dan and Dave, period. That's what they wanted. That's what they got. HBO is making a ton of money because every season that Game of Thrones has been on, they have picked up 1 million to 2 million fucking viewers. As far as businessmen and doing what they needed to do for HBO and for George R. R. Martin, Dan and Dave have hit it the fuck out of the park. Literally. They have made HBO and George R. R. Martin richer than they ever could imagine they ever could have been. Period. HBO was already rich. Game of Thrones made them richer. George R. R. Martin was decently rich. that motherfucker does not have to worry about a dime for the rest of his life. That's what Dan and Dave do. They're going to continue to do that. Yes, this is the last season. It took them 55 days to film the final battle of Game of Thrones. We are going to see a lot of people die in that battle, in which a battle that might not happen in a game, in A Song of Ice and Fire. This battle coming up probably will never happen. The Battle of the Bastards between Jon Snow and Ramsay will probably never happen. Actually, it won't happen. It's going to be Stannis. Stannis will defeat the Boltons. The Battle of the Bastards will never happen.
Listen, Jerry, I understand your passion. And I understand your feelings about this subject there. But you must understand, HBO put their faith in Dan and Dave, and they have been rewarded for their faith.
Yeah, so is George R. R. Martin.
Now we as not only as people who like the book series. Now remember, I came into the books after watching this.
So did I. Season 1. After
Right.
Season 1.
Now we, have certain feelings on things that shouldn't have been cut from the show, things that have been changed that we feel are unnecessary, and I think we as fans, rightfully so, have the right to those feelings. Uh, but if we're looking at it from a business standpoint, you know, these guys have done great business for HBO. I may not agree with the direction of the show, but it can't be denied the impact that the series has had. You know, and again, like you Jerry, you brought up that it was the number 2 series behind number 2 fantasy series behind the Wheel of Time. But again, you know, I've never read a Harry Potter book in my life, but I had heard about Harry Potter before the
Game of
movies
Thrones.
came out.
Yeah, me too.
I've never read a Twilight book in my life, but I had heard about the frenzies over the damn Twilight book.
Yep.
But before there was a Game of Thrones TV show, I had never heard of A Song of Ice and Fire.
Me neither. I read it in a magazine. It was literally a week before season 1 started when I heard of A Song of Ice and Fire. I knew of A Lord of the Rings. I read it in high school before the movie has ever started. I knew of A Wheel of Time. I've read the first 3 books. I need to finish that series. Yeah, you're right. Twilight, Harry Potter, all that shit. It was bigger than A Song of Ice and Fire was before A Song of Ice and Fire was a Game of Thrones. If it wasn't for a Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire would not be as big as it is right now. Not even close. Not even by a long shot.
I mean, and
Dude,
think
the
about
Chronicles. Sorry, the Chronicles of Narnia were bigger than A Song of Ice and Fire.
And again, we're not even saying that these are better books. We're just talking about it in terms of like, hey, if I'm someone
Pop culture.
if I'm someone who's not even into this stuff,
Yeah.
but yet I've heard of it, then that shows you how big it is in terms of public consciousness.
Exactly.
And now A Song of Ice and Fire has gotten to that level because of the TV show. Again, it's not saying that the TV show is the greatest thing on earth, but we have to give the credit in terms of
If
the awareness that it spread.
if you were to be without a book reader and just be a basic show watcher, yes, a Game of Thrones is probably one of the best shows you've ever seen on TV. With the twists, the turns, everything like that. Yeah, I'll give that as a basic show watcher. Fuck yeah. Game of Thrones is probably the best show you've seen in a long time. As a book reader and something that's supposed to be following the books, a Game of Thrones is falling short by 75%.
Well, look,
That
even
that's how I see it. That's how I've seen it since season 3.
well,
That
honestly speaking, even as a TV show watcher, like not taking the books into account at all, um, I would still have had major problems starting from season 5. Honestly, even if I had
yeah,
never read the books at all, starting from season 5, and just because I'm somebody who does kind of get into the minutia of things in terms of like if you have set up a world and you set up specific rules for that world,
and you start
I
breaking them.
always keep those, right here.
Yeah.
So once the rules of the world have been broken, you've automatically like it's automatically, got my spidey senses tingling on that one.
Yeah, the
Uh
the whole the whole Arya and Waif thing, that was shit. That was crap.
yeah, that whole thing with, chasing her down the middle of the street, and Arya knowing that the faceless men are after her, and
And
yet
I
she's
just
just
had
strutting.
surgery and I'm going, you can't run being stabbed in the stomach that many
But
times.
even before that though, like she knows that the faceless men are after her. They basically told her, "Look, if you fuck this up, we're gonna come and kill you." And yet Arya is sitting there chilling, like, "Oh, okay, nah, cool. I'm just gonna walk around here." As soon as I saw that old woman, I was like, "Oh, that's the waif right there."
Yep. You're dead. I
So yeah, man, and that's what it is with that one. You know,
True. What do you got? You got 3 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
yeah, man. Oh, holy shit, yeah, it's
You
about
need to get some
3 o'clock.
sleep, bro.
Yeah, I actually do have stuff I need to do tomorrow, man.
All
I am
right,
tripping.
brother. That's
Yo,
how it look is like, oh shit, it's almost 1 o'clock my time.
yeah,
It's
man.
time. Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. over there. He needs to get some sleep. So, Don Willie,
Ah,
thank you, brother. It's been a long time.
yeah, man. We gotta do this again
We will.
soon. You know.
We will. We will. I do miss the Rogue Watchers. This is a lot of fun. It really is. Just talking about random bullshit and having a good time. It's fun.
For real.
I miss it. So,
Um, yeah, Ricky, thank you for rocking out with us.
I think he's the only one.
Yeah. I mean, it says it got 3 people watching, so well, you know what? No, it's probably me, you, and Ricky.
That's what I was thinking.
Yo, man, but
Say, give our shout outs to Alicia and Brooke and David and
yeah, man,
everybody else that fucking stopped through, fucking Shaggy Dog.
for real, for
We
real.
appreciate it.
Yo, yeah, listen, guys, thank you again for rocking out with us uh for all this time. This is uh you know great to be doing this. I gotta get back on the regular Ice and Fire opinions. Uh, you know, and yeah, next time this will actually be on the Rogue channel.
It will be.
Yeah, we got screwed because I didn't realize that you when you create a channel you got to wait 24 hours before you can stream on the damn channel.
Shit happens. Life goes on. Fuck, we live and learn, right?
Yeah, but who knows? You know what? Maybe I might upload this to the Rogues channel after.
Do it. Steal that shit from
No,
my
it's gonna look
channel. Put it
messed
on
up
the
though
Rogue
because it's gonna
channels
have
too.
the damn Entertainment. It's gonna have the damn Entertainment logo on there. And Ricky's asking what the channel's called Rogue Stream TV, but the thing about it is, I even tried to look it up so I could put it in the description, and the channel doesn't even register yet. So,
It
when the
probably will
channel,
tomorrow about 8 o'clock.
yeah, when the channel is actually active, when I'm able to do stuff with it and have a link for it, then I'll post it up on Twitter. You already know what to do. Um, yeah. So look, we will return sooner or later with something else. You already know how we do. All right.
Yeah.
I am tired as all hell. JD, you got anything to say to the folks out there?
Uh, keep your eyes out. I'll drop chapter 7 of the political murders here soon. I am in the process of slowly editing the Shadow of a Kingdom. Hey, you guys, dude, editing sucks. Creating a world and writing is fucking awesome. Editing and making it perfection, horrible. So when I get it done, I'll let you guys have it. I'm working on it. It could be this summer, it could be next summer. I can't guarantee you a fucking thing when it comes to editing this shit. But chapter 7 of Political Murders, give me a couple weeks. I'll probably have it out before. So I hope you guys are enjoying that series. I've had a lot of fun writing it. So I hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you all around.
Yeah, that's what's up. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back to my regular thing soon. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, and I will try to finish the Punisher, Ricky. I'm gonna have to restart that one from the beginning. Till then, hey, 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 I want your cray cray. We out of this motherfucker. Catch you guys later.
Peace.